Ugh.
All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Market Prep. I hope you are having an amazing morning. Hopefully, you guys had an incredible and amazing holiday day. I was gonna say weekend, but it's just one day, right? Wait, what is it? I'm so lost. It was a weekend.
It was.
It was a weekend. Yes, yes, yes.
Well, it was Christmas, and then it was a day.
That's right.
Fest,
Yes, yes.
and then
It's
a
been
weekend.
such a weird couple of days, man. Kids are home all week. And they're just having a blast, and I'm losing track of time, days, and everything. So yeah, hope
You're
you
in
guys
Canada, it's
enjoy
been a
it.
4-day weekend because the 26th is a holiday here. So
That's right. Boxing Day, remind me.
yes, correct.
Boxing Day, yes, there it is.
Yeah.
All right, friends, welcome back as we get ready for another short week and another interesting week as well, as many people are trying to get ready for the the Santa rally, which I think is supposed to start soon.
Should be
So we'll
on.
see how
Should be happening
those
now.
things play out. All right, as far as our gappers this morning, not a whole lot of Santa going on here, but there is Santa red everywhere. Our gappers list down is, as you can see, full with tickers this morning. Everything down on here, and we'll see what we can pick off as we usually do. I expect low volume, Peter, during this week as well, same as last week. But as usual, we'll find something to trade. It's just going to take us a little bit longer, require a little more patience to get that going. All right. Use economic calendar, Peter. So I'm thinking there's nothing today.
We just have this pending home sales number that's coming up at 10 o'clock. That's not usually a big market mover. So expected home sales to have gone up 1%. We'll see. That's November, though, so it's delayed data. So it's not that relevant. The market will say that's history. So, yeah, essentially nothing.
All right, there it is. Won't expect too much out of that and for this week. All right, friends, let's get to it. There it is. We got something coming up here. You is the only thing green this morning, and everything else in the red. A lot of our usual suspects slightly red. NVDA only down 1.2, Tesla 1.3, MU down 1.4, Apple 0.5% down this morning. So our usual suspects are down as well, just slightly, not hitting the gappers list yet because they're still not past that 2%. Let's start with the first one, the only one in green this morning. Energy Fuels is the ticker. Peter, they're up. They don't look tradable at all. I mean, this thing looks like pure garbage today. And again, hopefully the rest of the list does not look like that, but nothing good to see here. I'm going to skip on it. Anything happening that might be worth it?
I mean, they have news that put them on the list. They released an updated statement of their financial performance, expecting to increase their sales with over 1 million pounds of finished uranium. The uranium isotope U308. Anyways, they exceeded their production and they expect to sell more of it. So. But that's it. Yeah, mining stocks, as we probably know by now, don't really trade that well. So it's good news for the company. Doesn't mean it's going to give us a trading opportunity.
Yeah, it's not looking too good. Heading down to, well, that's pretty much it, Peter. And I don't think it's a whole lot that you're going to probably have on the gappers list as I'm looking at all our usual suspects, everything slightly down this morning. But just in case, is anything green that you like today that might not be on this list?
No. Pretty much everything's red on my screen here this morning. So, yeah, nothing for me to report. I'm not in a green mood. It's very red, anyways. So,
Yeah, it is red for sure. Like
'cause I'm
Santa's
freezing.
outfit. Oh, you're red because you're freezing. Oh, did you forgot to turn on the
It's
heat over there? What's happening?
I have no heat, so
Oh, yeah,
uh,
that's a problem.
we came back yesterday. We think the heat died on Saturday. I'm not quite sure because we had a big party on Saturday, and we wouldn't have noticed because when you put 30 people in your house, they heat it up nicely.
Yeah,
But
something about that, man. That does work, especially with the
yeah,
dancing and drinking and all that. Yeah, it
yeah.
definitely comes his own heater.
We were out for brunch on Sunday and did a couple things and came back mid-afternoon to find that my thermostat, which look, I've got my home thermostat right here because I had to take it off the wall. Anyways, didn't was not working. Didn't work at all. So I went and bought a new one and installed it. I think correctly. I have no idea at this point. And the furnace would not produce heat. So we've had no heat, and it is currently 52 degrees in here. So it's a
Yeah,
little chilly
that
in the
is chilly
house.
for indoors. Oh yeah, yep.
For indoors, that is
For
chilly for
indoors,
indoors. Yes.
indoors. Outside that'd be
So,
great, but indoors is
so
that's tough.
yeah.
All right.
Real
Um,
temperature, that's like what, 11 or something? It's 11 degrees. Anyways,
yeah,
no,
that's cool.
I checked the breaker. The breaker's working fine. The stove the furnace turns on, the fan goes, it won't produce heat. So I don't know if it's the igniter, the electronic igniter. It's a sealed unit, so there's nothing I can do with it, right? If it doesn't ignite, it doesn't ignite. So it
Yeah,
doesn't seem to be burning natural gas. Anyways, but
yeah.
here's another thing, Carlos. So we went out last night. We happened to have had a steak dinner scheduled anyways. I don't know if you got a picture there. I had a great steak last night. I put it in yeah, Telegram.
Yeah.
And it was a doozy, man. It was an awesome steak dinner. I know I'm digressing in the middle of our stuff here, but it's what I do.
That's cool.
But oh my God, we were talking about food prices even just last week, Carlos. And there you go. There's a picture of my steak. Look at that bad boy.
It's a
But
good looking steak.
basically, what's that?
It's a good looking steak. I agree.
That's a nice porterhouse there, medium rare porterhouse going. Anyways, but that dinner, what you see before you, I was out with the family and a couple of guests, and there was six of us. You know how much I paid for dinner?
Six. Four. This place looks nice. $450.
No. Yeah, people in the chat are closer. $1,000.
No,
I paid
come on.
$1,000 for
Six
dinner.
people, $1,000. How much?
Yeah.
How much drink did you have? Was there a drink involved, or what's
Just
happening?
we had some we everybody had a cocktail and one bottle of wine and that's it. So,
That's just
yeah.
crazy, man.
Yeah, it's
That's crazy.
anyways, yes, that's Canadian dollars, but still like that seems expensive. Anyways,
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot.
yeah. Anyways,
Yeah,
it was a great meal.
even for a nice
I don't
dinner, you don't regret it because of the memory and the people there.
I don't regret it.
So I get
But
it,
yeah.
yeah. But come on, it's not worth that. I don't
No.
mind paying, but it's not worth that. The actual product itself that you receive and the service is not worth that. But it's worth it when you have the company and everything else around. It makes it all worth it. But yeah, glad you enjoyed it, man. Good times,
Anyway,
good times.
it's funny because my kids and I were talking just the day before about things on how when you buy things, like we will agonize for days over. I'm not sure if I should buy that thing. I don't really need it. Should I get another one? I don't know. Like, like I say, like I compare shoes. I was thinking of like, well, this one's $140 for the shoes, but this one's only 110. Maybe I should just buy the 110 because they're cheaper. Like, spend the extra $30. It's $30. Who cares? I just want it for dinner. Spend $1,000. Like, and then I worry about. You go to the grocery store and you're like, oh, sorry, grapes aren't on sale, so I'm not going to pay an extra 10 cents a pound for that. Are you kidding? That's crazy. And, I'm like, but then you'll go home and you say, I don't feel like cooking tonight, and you'll spend $80 ordering Uber Eats that night. So,
Absolutely.
the
Absolutely.
way we do math equations, I always find it fascinating because I've learned to get over that because I used to do the same thing. Now I'm just like, screw it. Life's too short. I just buy whatever I want. But
Yeah,
I guess I'm in
that's
a
it.
good position to be able to do that.
That's it, man. I just hate not paying for stuff that I don't feel is worth it. It's like Andrew. Remember when me and
Yeah.
you were in Vegas, and Andrew, he's like, I'm not paying to get into the club. Even though if we would have got into the club, that club would have probably made so
Yeah,
much
I
money of
remember
the
that.
bottles we were going to buy. Remember that? He's like, because all he wanted to do, he
Yeah.
wanted to go in and check out the scene because it did look kind of empty. I'm like, all right, we don't want to be the only people there.
Yeah.
So we were asking the bouncer, hey, can we just go upstairs and check it out, see how it is, and then we'll pay you your whatever you were charging. And he's like, no,
See,
you can't get in. And I'm like, dude, what do you have to lose? If we come in and we stay and we
I
spend
think
all
that's
these
the difference
bottles,
in this.
like, come on.
Yeah. There's a difference between just spend it. If you want the thing or you need it, just buy it, and feeling you've been being ripped off, right? Like
Right,
nobody likes to
exactly.
feel like
Yes.
they're being ripped off or taken
Right, right.
advantage of, right? If you want to
Yeah,
put it a
yeah.
little more mild. So like you said, so sometimes you look at the price of something and like, oh my God, like that, come on, like that's not a reasonable price, or it doesn't feel like a
Right.
reasonable price for that thing. So, in any event, all
Yeah.
right, we can get back on topic here. I just thought it was interesting. So I'll have another unreasonable price, I'm sure, once the guy shows up and tells me he's going to try and sell me a new furnace. I will put another $1,000 on the table right now, guaranteed. He's going to try and
Oh
sell me a
yeah.
furnace, no matter what's
Yeah,
wrong with
yeah.
mine.
Yeah,
It'll
it's
cost you
they got
$100
their
to fix it.
script. They got their
Yeah,
script they got to go through, right? If they don't do that,
exactly.
they're in trouble, you know?
If there's something wrong, it'll probably be $100 part, and my maintenance is covered because I have a contract for that. But he's going to say, you should really buy a new one because my furnace is 20 years old, and why don't you spend 10 grand buying a new one instead of the $100 part? Anyways,
Yeah.
yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, friends. As we're been chatting here, few more tickers
Yeah.
decided to join the green
Hey,
party.
look at
So
that! See,
yeah, look at that.
Maybe things are moving.
Yeah, things are picking up and waking up here. So ASPC, which actually was on our list on was it Friday? It was Friday. It was last time we were together here. I was with John covering for Peter, and yeah, this one was active. Did make our list. How did it actually trade? I didn't watch it, thinking it was probably going to be messy, and it sure was. I mean, look at this. This is on Friday. A couple of halts here. Finally did break out, man. Look at the move from 30
That's
to
crazy, though.
55 with, look at this volume. Maybe a couple of one or two halts in between as well, and then the drop. The guy buying up here, I feel so bad for. This is the guy I feel bad for. The guy that bought up here at 55 thought that it was a good idea. Then he gets halted down to 50, so automatically he's down $5 already. And then if he has a chance to even get out, right? This is the scary part about trading. Like people say, oh, trading is scary. This is scary. This is a nightmare. If he even has a chance to get out, he opens up at, let's call it 47 to be fair. 47. And if he thinks, oh, it might come back from here, now he's down at 42. 'Cause that's what happens. Like this thing will mess with your emotions. I've been there so many times. Like, oh, maybe it's open. Oh, you know what? I'm down already $7. Let's see if it comes back up. Nope. How about down $20 now? How you like them apples, right? And it's just, it destroys good people, good trading, and good accounts. So again, these low flow stuff, man. This 1.7 million shares float this morning. Just stay away. Say no. Say no to low floats. We're gonna start a campaign.
Just say no. Yeah.
Say no to low floats. All right, Peter. Anything happening? I forgot the news from Friday, but they're active again today. I just don't know if I'm gonna be watching this garbage, man.
ASPC, it's a shell company. This is all moving on speculation of increased retail sales. They must have some retail held within the shell. So, but still, it's not, like you pointed out, this is high risk, stuff. Not something I want to trade.
Yeah, we'll leave it alone, friends. It is in play today. Low float stock. I mean, just look at the data I'm showing you here. Just wow, that it's done this before. It did this back on December 10th. Look at it go to 65 this time. I mean, just wild, just wild. I don't know how you trade that without having a mini heart attack. All right, let's continue. We'll skip that one. DBRG this morning. We are up 10% right now. 9.8 million shares traded. Up 9.6, 3.4 million shares traded. This thing just popped up this morning and just losing it now. Here, look at the drop, and there's no halts, volatility halts in the pre-market. So this thing can keep going and it won't stop unless something else happens. But here it is, down already quite a bit, Peter. Popped up, back down. What's the latest and greatest?
Yeah, this is a buyout, actually. It just looks a little odd because I think there was a little over speculation. So they're being bought out in an all-cash deal by SoftBank. So this is a company called Digital Bridge. Digital Bridge provides AI services. SoftBank says they want to improve their AI, and they're going to spend $4 billion on a Digital Bridge to do it. Because it's all cash, I think there was speculation the price was going to be higher. They just released the data a couple minutes ago, and as you can see, you see how it was halted right before, halted for the news, and then when the news came out, they said they're only paying $16 per share cash, so the price needed to drop back below that because, of course, it can't be valued. Well, it makes no sense for the company to be valued over the cash buyout price because you'll never get that money back, right? Clearly, it's not worth that. SoftBank's not paying that. So I think we've now found the price at which it's going to settle and the fun is over. So yeah, we can. This is not going to be tradable.
There it is. Yeah, that's not going to be tradable. All right. The few tickers are showing up on our gap up list, not really creating a whole lot of opportunities here. CPNG is next, friends. This is brought to you by tradingterminal.com, by the way. So you can check it out there. Scanners like this one, like the gap up and down list that you're seeing here. Other tools, funded account, simulator, live replay, all that stuff's available to you. So definitely check it out, tradingterminal.com. CPNG is the last one on here. These guys are up as well. We've seen them before. They don't trail that well. They're up 2.5 this morning, 274,000 shares traded. But again, I'm not seeing anything I love here at all, Peter. So I'm going to skip on this one, man. Pre-market does look pretty bad as well.
Yeah, it's CPNG is they had some issues previously, and I didn't look at the daily on this. What does the daily look like on this CPNG? Must
Here
have
it is.
dropped. Yeah. So it's been dropping. They're having some issues with some of their services, and they say they've identified an employee who apparently was doing some malfeasance in the company, and they've fixed that problem now and are back on track. So I don't know if that's someone who took a fall or if they really did identify an issue, but that's what they're reporting. So I don't see a reason to want to trade this, to be honest. I'm looking at the trading activity for the last couple of days, Thursday or I guess it would have been Wednesday and Friday, and it doesn't look great. So
Yeah, I don't love it either. All right, let's continue here, friends, and that now does our gap up list, right? So there it is, everything covered there. A couple of low flow tickers. Well, one they gotta be really careful with, and one that's against trading wild, so be careful with that one as well. DBRG. All right, Peter, I think you did mention there's nothing green that you like this morning. A lot of stuff sitting in the red, even our usual suspects.
yeah, nothing on the green.
All right, perfect. All right, let's go over to the gap down, friends, which we have a laundry list of things here. I mean, this is just messy. Everything is on here, starting from down 6%. Looks like is silver and coins taking our metals taking a bit of a dive here. I think AG is gold, right? Or silver. I will check right now. A lot of mining companies. I think CBSW is mining as well, if I can remember correctly.
Yeah.
So
pretty much.
What's going on?
Yeah, there's a ton of miners on here. We can lump them all together, if you want, because the mining companies are all dropping. Silver prices have dropped, but I mean, again, everybody take a deep breath. They've dropped from all-time highs to not quite all-time highs. We went from a high of 70. Well, anyway, so depending what you look at, the prices have dropped like 6-7% from the all-time high. Which is, okay, so that's a decent percentage number, but it's not disastrous. People seem to forget where we came from very quickly. So all of the silver miners that were riding the high are just pulling back a little bit. It almost seemed inevitable, right? I mean, it can't keep going up forever, can it? But, you got to be careful saying that seriously because things can keep going up a lot longer than you would expect. So many a short seller has learned that lesson the hard way. However, silver is getting a pullback. Everything that's mining silver is just being impacted.
Okay.
Jared's like 7% so far. Fair point. That's correct. It could always drop lots further at this point. But it's it could drop 20%. 30% almost from where it is, and frankly it's still only getting back to the consolidation area it was in October, November. So it's The silver's been just on such a
Yeah.
tear that
Yeah,
yeah, again,
it's
if you want to risk it, go for it. I don't like any of the miners normally to trade, so I'm just going to watch from the sidelines.
yeah, yeah, agreed. All right. Um, Nothing crazy given the big picture. It could be just a regular pullback, but who knows? Who knows? All right, let's try to dig through this mining minefield here of silver and all this other stuff. There's a bunch of them, and I think all of these up here are it, unless you see something different, Peter. I mean, I don't see any of these things that I was going through them as you were chatting there, and I don't see anything that looks other than that, right? CDC mining, PAAS, silver as
Um,
well. I mean, EOSE, energy.
we do
This is
have
different.
core weave.
Oh yeah,
Core
you
weave
went even further
is
down.
down this
Yeah,
morning.
yeah, yeah. You went even
Yeah.
further down.
Oh, you
Yeah,
got
yeah.
to go
So
down a little bit there.
yeah. So let's get to that one. CoreWeave right now down 4.1, 545,000 shares traded. One that we do love to trade. I think they get great volume. Today's volume is nothing spectacular, but it is one that I do like. It's probably gonna be the first one that makes the list today. So I'm gonna ask CRWV. Peter, they were active on Friday as well. I believe that we were watching them from the sidelines there. Did you have any news on it or just overall market stuff?
I think it's just general market stuff. The competition for AI engines seems to be heating up again. There's talk about a whole bunch of different things. I don't know, different competing products. I like the names people are coming up. Poolside AI is one that's getting a lot into the conversation right now, which is currently privately owned, but it's saying that it's a competitive risk. Anyways, I just right now, um, these are all speculative. The whole move on this is speculative. There's so much money pouring into AI. I read an interesting article just yesterday about sort of the whole AI model and how everybody's thinking about it wrong, according to this analyst. Very eloquently written article, but I'm not sure I agree with the conclusion. But they do make the point that there is so much money being put in massive data center, big business models, and unfortunately, that's the focus end of AI right now. But if you really think about it, the objective of AI is right now everybody's trying to process massive data sets so that we can educate these AI models. But once that's done, right? And will it ever be done? This is the part of the problem, right? We don't exactly know what we need to do because we've never done it before. But the theoretical model is that once you've educated the AI models, right, and they've gotten to a point of actual computative thinking, however you want to word it, then it's about making smart decisions in a lot less data footprint. And we may be building these massive data centers for a very short-term problem. And it could be that someone solves the problem and suddenly we'll have a lot of excess capacity out there. So it's an interesting ride, right? If we're just watching as traders, this is great position to be in, right? Because we can trade this opportunity. If you're investing, it could be highly risky. And CoreWeave is one of those that's investing heavily, right? If you remember that they have these deals with Amazon Web Services, they're building massive data centers. They're expecting big long-term contracts to run and manage these things. We'll see. Carlos, none of us knows where this is going to go because it's all new. So
Yeah.
we'll along for the ride.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so there it is, friends. I'm gonna put on deck, like Peter said, could be good for us as far as trading. Oklo's down. There's a couple of energy tickers down as well, and again, I think that feeds into some of the stuff you're saying also here, man. A lot of these company energies, this is a big part of it. So these guys are down 3.3 this morning, 202,000 shares traded. I like Oklo. It's a hit or miss for me with this one. I have traded it well in the past. It's been a while since I've taken a trade on them, but they can at times. Not more often than not, right? More often they're not great for the way I trade, but once in a while they give us good opportunities. So maybe today I'll add it to the list, maybe on a secondary here, because I am a fan of the way the stock trades. So we'll add it to the list there on Oklo. Peter, anything to add as far as Oklo and any other? See some other energy tickers on here as well.
Not really. I didn't see a lot of news in the sector, so they're going to move like they normally move. but I don't see anything particularly interesting about them. Um,
Yep.
what is interesting in a I don't know, this is going to sound weird. What is interesting in a non-interesting way? Bitcoin overall. Normally the holiday season in years past, in days gone by, children, gather around the fire. And we'll tell a story of days gone by when crypto used to be rocking at and over the holiday period, right? End of year, crypto would give a surge, and everybody would get all excited, and they're talking about how they need to, invest in it. I mean, I have my usual family Christmas parties, and people that always want your opinion on trading and stocks and crypto, and whether you know anything about it or not, people always think that you should, because as soon as you say that you're a trader, and of course by now everybody in my family knows what I do. But I find it fascinating that when we had the conversation this year, a lot of the people who were investing in crypto before, especially some of the 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 plus one for a lot of the younger people in the family, right? They're bringing their boyfriends and girlfriends around. The common theme seemed to be they either said, "No, I'm not touching crypto," or "Yeah, I got some, and I did this thing where I bought a wallet, I put a couple $100. I haven't looked at it in months." And that feels very different than in the past where people were like in and watching and right on top of it and looking to see what they're doing. I feel like it's cooled off here, Carlos. It just doesn't feel as exciting anymore. And crypto prices seem to be reflecting that. They're not super low, but they're at the low end of their price where they've been over the last month or so, and really not doing much. They've just been sort of moving sideways, pretty boring. Which is, of course, not what. Think of all those companies that remember when we had this big glut of treasury strategies. The fall was all about all these companies putting all of their life savings and all of the
Yeah,
investment
yeah.
dollars they had into these treasury strategies. Notice how quiet they are now. There's a
I
reason for
remember that
that.
very well. Yeah.
There's a reason. So, yeah.
And they're not running on their next earnings event or announcements talking about crypto, that's for sure.
Nope.
So, on to the next thing that's hot that can get investors excited, and that's not one of them, at least for right now. But yeah, they're all on here. I mean, if you look at it, we have Mara. I do see Clean Spark all down slightly right now, or pretty much flat. Here's Clean Spark down 2.6. But if you look at our list, there's a bunch of them here. And I have not traded one of these, man, in a very long time. So, uh,
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I'm gonna skip on this train for now. If you guys see something gray on Clean Spark, Mara, MSTR is another one that can trade very well too. They got 375,000 shares traded here, down 1.3. If you guys see something great, let me know. But I'm gonna skip them for now as far as my list goes. I do see Baba here. Melanie on Friday had an amazing trade on Baba here as it popped up. So she took advantage of that, like all the way from 150 to 155 or something like that, some weird number. But she did very good on that. Today they're gapping down 3%, 474,000 shares traded. Again, any like a typical gap down. I do like the daily on here, right? We maybe be losing some ground, so maybe that could be interesting. So I'm going to add that to the list as a possible. But for the most part, I don't see anything else. Typical gap down from them that they get overnight, and hopefully today they can actually run and do something. So, Peter, that's pretty much it of the gappers down list. Anything else you like? I see Rigetti. We talked a little bit about this quantum energy and all this stuff happening. I do see Rigetti and some of the other ones on here as well. Maybe that could be one to watch. What's your thoughts?
Rigetti's been pretty good, actually. It's been a decent mover. Not if you're a long-term investor. It hasn't been all that good over the last couple of months. But if you're a trader, it definitely has provided some opportunity. So I don't mind Rigetti. Not one of my, go-tos, but every once in a while, it'll get a move. As you guys probably know by now, I do go to some of the semiconductors. I still like AMD. I still like NVIDIA. They're not doing anything special today. There's really no sign, but they tend to be some of the more active movers. And if the market is going to move, they'll react first or even drive that. But I think they're going to be quiet. I mean, got to remember, we're in this sort of weird little in between space, right? We're between two holidays. The New Year, of course, break is coming. We get a day off midweek. here for New Year's Day when the markets will be closed, and then we're back at business on the second. So I think that there's going to be lower volume in the markets. Sometimes that can be great because you get great volatility and things just start moving because there's not the big volume to tamp it down. So sometimes you can get outsized moves, but that usually happens when you've got news events and things happening and right, the world's active. I feel like everything's gone a little quiet. Maybe that's just my perception, but it feels slow. I mean, we do, as we sort of say in the headline here, we've got peace talks. uh Trump, at least, I mean, they're not full peace talks, of course, because we don't have all parties involved. However, Trump and Zelensky are meeting in, of all places, Palm Springs, Florida. So I Palm Springs, Palm Beach, Palm something.
Yeah,
They're
probably
they're in
West
Florida,
Palm Beach. Yeah, that's where
West Palm Beach. Maybe something
his
good will
place is
come out
at.
of Florida.
Yeah.
Have there ever been peace talks in Florida? I don't. That seems like an odd choice, but why
I
not?
don't I don't think so. But you know what? If I had to
Okay.
choose between here, anywhere in the
I
Northeast, and
mean,
there, I'm going there.
yeah, Palm
This
Beach,
time of the
Palm
year, at
Beach. All right.
least.
Anyways, I just when I saw it first, it was like Florida. I just like this. Just seems like an odd place to go for peace talks for some reason to me. But anyways, I'm sure they'll be in an IHOP having good good conversations. So yeah, what could possibly go wrong?
Yeah, yeah. We'll see how this goes, man.
That's a
Um,
good point. They're good anywhere. So oh well, yeah, I guess that makes sense. Trump's you know having he wants to hang out at his place in Mar-a-Lago, right? So.
yeah, yeah.
But anyways,
Um,
hey, if they're happening and if they actually deliver some value, then I'm all for it. But like, other than that, my point was, other than that, it feels like the world's on a little bit of a breather right now, right? It doesn't feel like there's all that much happening that's going to push the U.S. markets, anyways. So that can change at
yep.
any moment, of course, but it's so far feeling quiet on this Monday. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, and these peace talks. I mean, unless it's Russia's involved, what are they going to talk about? Hey, yeah, I
Yeah.
agree with you. This war sucks. Let's stop it. But are they going to really get anything done without Russia? I mean, you got to call Putin and
Yeah.
get,
It.
like, I get it. You're supporting. I get it, 100%, and not against any of these
Yeah.
two gentlemen. But if you don't get the guy that's causing the trouble in the room, what are we doing?
Yeah,
So
Russia's
I don't
been
know.
been very quiet, haven't they? We haven't had any news. They haven't been like they haven't bothered with talking to the world in a while now. So, which is interesting. I don't know what to read into that, honestly, but it just feels like it's been very quiet from that side. So, no matter what else is
Yeah,
going on, so we'll just
yeah,
yeah. We'll
yeah.
just wait and
There it
see.
is.
I mean, that's all we can do.
Yeah.
And the market, if it's significant enough, if the market, the big players believe there'll be enough of an impact, we'll see it. We'll see it happen in the market prices. But for now, all we can do is watch and wait.
Yep, absolutely. So we'll see. All right, right now, friends, that is our gap up and down list. Again, the gap down, you got plenty of stuff on there. So a lot that I don't like there this morning, just down slightly. And then you got the big ones that are down quite a bit, which is mainly silver mining tickers. Again, I normally don't trade this very well, so or at all really. So I'd rather just keep watching something else, keep room for something else. Look at this rare popping up here on the list, down 42%. So let's just take a quick look on who's getting fire. Then we'll go over to you guys to see what you guys like this morning. But let's see rare. Let's see. Wow, down 41%. Pharmaceutical company. It's got to be some approval. Didn't go well here. That's a big drop from a 34 down to about 17, climbing a little bit here in the pre-market. So big drop for them, Peter. Probably not going to be tradable. It is a 92.8 million shares float. So it's not a low float. So there could be some opportunities. I just think the lack in volume will be the problem. We're not seeing great volume coming off of this right now. So yeah, it looks like it got halted at first. And usually this halt is probably news related. Got halted at first. News came out, and then there's the play action that's not looking so hot. So, Peter, anything on it?
Yeah, they had a drug that failed its phase 3 trial, so there's probably a lot of people in lab coats who are sweating it out today as that stock price drops so significantly, as you point out. Their CEO who is a doctor, Emil Kakis, said, "We continue to explore the data to gain deeper understanding of the findings." That is BS bingo talk for, damn, that didn't work. We're gonna figure out what to do next. So
Yeah.
they started
Ouch.
by saying we are surprised and disappointed by these results. And anyway, so yeah, it's not a happy holidays over there at Rare, which is really Ultragenics Pharmaceutical Inc.
Yeah. Yeah. Not looking good there. We'll leave that alone. It'll be popcorn, actually. I want to see how this looks a little bit later. So I'm going to add it to our
Okay.
popcorn list here just to see what's happening, but probably not going to
Sure, why not?
be tradable. All right, friends, let's go to you guys. Yes, I haven't added any of my usual suspect, but I will. I'm trying to keep room for stuff that might be actually in play. But yeah, don't get me wrong. Me and Peter are going to be watching probably NVIDIA, Tesla. MU has been actually pretty good the last 2 trading days, right? Which would have been Friday
Yeah.
and Wednesday. Yeah, Friday and Wednesday. And probably Apple, right? POTR is on my previous list as well. So AMD also. So we'll probably do our usual suspects, but I'm trying to leave room for stuff that's actually in play first. SLV, yes, Insane Trader. We did talk about this one. This is what's driving a lot of the miners and the silver stocks down today. Yeah, you know what? We could watch it today. I normally won't trade it, but this is a big news as far as what's, if anything's moving and in play, is this one, SLV. So I'm going to put SLV here just so you look at some tickets that you like. I'm probably not going to trade it, but who knows? Maybe today could be the day where, we have such a massive sell-off that we can provide some opportunities. Now, this is an ETF, so it is sitting on the American Stock Exchange. You can still trade this one. I usually don't, but we'll keep it on here because it is something that's in play this morning. All right, let's go to you guys. See what you guys liked so far this morning. We'll start here in our beautiful chat room at Trading Terminal. I'm sorry, at Bearwood Traders. Let's see what we got going on. AG is another one. Steve, yes, AG is one you could watch as well, which is probably more tradable as well than many tickers. So look at that one. AG is another one as well. We'll put /AG. Again, might not stay there, depending how things go. All right, let's continue. And what else, friends? Let's take a look here. POTR, AVGO. Let's start there. POTR this morning. We are down slightly. And if you look at our tickers, they're all down slightly, right? POTR down 1.4. NVIDIA also down 1.4 with some volume. So I actually do like the way NVIDIA looks. And I think it'll be going to have this morning. I do have to add. I'm actually going to put this down here because you know what? Although I know this is on here, I know I'm just not going to trade it. It's not going to be my first go-to. This silver and AG. So I'm going to put it down here, friends. NVIDIA is something I will trade, so I'm going to add NVIDIA on here. I got to tell you, though, the first couple of minutes of NVIDIA in the last couple of days has been brutal. So let's hope that that's not the case. So they have not been easy, man. Tesla also down 1.5 as well, 1.4 million shares traded. Look at Tesla pulling away from 500, man. We might have to give our 8-ball the first loss in some time. It's been really good, but this might not happen now. Just pulling away further and further. Oh, actually, let me not speak too quickly, because if Santa Claus rally does get going, we can see some. Yeah, this might be like a buzzer hitter. It could, but it's not looking good right now, Peter. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, it does. It doesn't look like it's going to make it to that $500 mark before the end of the year. But you were saying that it wouldn't. The Magic 8-Ball said that it would. We'll see what happens. I got so very close, but yeah, it's definitely fallen off. I mean, it's still within shooting range. It's just a one-day move can get it right back there. But yeah, it doesn't look like it. Now, officially, the Santa Claus rally that people talk about is in effect right now. It's technically the last 5 days of the trading year and the first 2 days of the next. So that would be essentially, it said it would be happening now with the last day of the Santa Claus rally again, officially being Monday the 5th, right? Because we have the trading day on Friday the 2nd and then the 5th. And right now we are in day, we're day three. Today would be day three of the five here in the year, right? So I don't know. I mean, you got to remember the Santa Claus rally just means technically over the last 100 years, the market generally has gone up over this 7 day trading period. The average that it's gone up is only about 1.4%. So we're not talking about a huge move. And in the last decade, the move has actually even been less than traditionally it was. So it feels like the Santa Claus rally is wearing off a little bit, but it's fun to talk about. We'll see if it happens.
Tesla to the list, friends. I think it will definitely be in play, one to watch, and again, we'll see where the opportunities lie in here. But man, very active pre-market activity. So this is what you want to see. We could care less if it goes up or down. We want to see this activity continue into the market open and give us some trading opportunities. All right, what else, friends? You got Tesla. We got someone mentioned AVGO. Let's take a look at that. AVGO, you know what? We had our fun, I think. I think AVGO, we had our fun. Since then, look at it on Friday, did not trail that well. And if you go back right over here, if you go back to other days, it has not traded all that clean. So I think we had our fun right in here in these couple of days. I think it's going back to its regular volume of trading, which creates really poor trading, day trading activity for us. So I don't think I'll be watching this one going forward. I think it gave us our fun here already. All right. What else, friends? Taking a look here. WOK, WOK. Starting to get going here. Starting to become alive. Up just 102% this morning. Hard to borrow. SSR. Work Medical Technology. Is this daily correct? Look at this daily. The stock goes $800, $750. Or is this some kind of SPAC or movement? I don't know what's going on. In fact, just looking at this scares me. I don't want no parts of this stuff, man. Yeah. What's the float on this? It's got to be pretty low as well. Less than 1 million shares float. So, yeah, man. No, thank you. Well, thank you, Peter. Can there potentially be any news behind this?
There is, but as soon as I read the headlines, I get nervous because this is a medical device company out of China, and they say that this is Work Medical Technology Group, and they say their subsidiary received manufacturing approval from the Hunan Provincial Medical Products Administration for a blood cell morphology analyzer, which I guess that's the news. But this overall, as soon as you mention Hunan and blood, I get nervous already. So, not that it's ever been proved that that's where COVID came from, but in any event, yeah, this is not a company I want to do anything with.
Yeah, it's just wild daily here too, man. No thanks. All right. I think that's it, friends. I think I'm set. I got my list here. I got CoreWeave, Rigetti, NVIDIA, and Tesla, which I think is a solid list. You can add POTR to that as well. We know silver is in play today, so I got two tickers down there you can look at, ETF and AG, and then we have Oklo, Baba, and Rare for our popcorn ticker this morning. So I'll stop there. Let's get over to our website, bearbertrades.com. We do have some. What happened?
Did I? Harvey's pointing out that I mixed up Hunan with Wuhan. I think he's right, actually. I did. See? Okay. That's my lack of familiarity, and still made me nervous.
Not that much different with the letters, but yeah, it could be two totally different places.
Different place.
Could be two.
That's fair.
Yeah, easy to confuse.
You get it wrong. Nothing wrong with that, but.
So that's Wuhan. So Wuhan, WUHAN, was the one with the potential leak.
The wet market, where it all came from. Yeah, okay. Maybe it's my brain is cold. It is freezing in here. I'm waiting for my computer equipment to warm up my office here. That's normally what happens, but it's normally only has to warm it up by a couple of degrees. We're coming from well behind the 8 ball here. It's this morning. It's chilly.
I hear you, brother. All right, today's beautiful Monday. We do have a full schedule, I believe, here. So Peters will take us through that, and then we'll show you what kind of deals we have going on.
Yeah. Let's talk about that because it is a regular Monday with all the activities you would expect, including the onboarding class, which happens in the evening. We love that onboarding class. It happens at 8 o'clock tonight because for anybody that's new, if you just new, welcome to the community. We love having you here. Or if you just think, you know what, it's time to just get on top of this game, get a refresher of everything you can get out of the community and how to get started in trading, that onboarding class is the place to go. That's for all membership classes. I don't care how long you've been here or what type of membership you've got. You can join at 8 p.m. in the onboarding room with Carlos, who will be leading that. During the day today, we do have the order map session that Nathan's giving. That's at noon in the webinar room. It's a great if you want to understand how to manage your order volume profiles. We use the Atlas tool here, which is provided by tradingterminal.com, and it's a great tool. But if you want to understand better what that means and how you use them, then Nathan would be the guy to talk to, and he can help you out with understanding that better. We also have a special session tonight, the onboarding session for boot camp. The next PC boot camp is starting in about a week, so you want to be ready for that. And Mike is going to do that onboarding session that helps you get ready for it. You can never start too early. In fact, right now is the perfect time to make sure that you're sort of thinking about how you want to get the maximum value out of that boot camp, because it's pretty intense. Once it starts, baby, and there's a lot of material and information coming at you. So the more you can get ahead, the better. So 7 o'clock tonight is the time for that. You can join that on tradingterminal.com. That's a free webinar that you can join there. We have a link on our website. You can either go to tradingterminal.com and click on webinars, or go to the Bearable Traders website and scroll down to the webinars, and there's a link there too. So either way, go and check it out. If you want to join us here at Bearable Traders and be part of the trading community, where not only can we talk stocks like this and have a lot of fun, but you can get an idea of what people are doing, support from the community in your trading journey, because it's a pretty lonely and individual endeavor most of the time. It's great to have a community around you. Consider joining us. Right now, we've got our holiday special going on where you can get 60% off the Elite Annual. That is always your best deal, and now it's an even better deal, so consider that. If you already have a membership, that just adds on to the end. You will never lose any time. If you're not ready for that, well, the intro is a good place to get started. Give it a shot. Kick the tires, see what it's like. We hope you'll be convinced that this is the type of community you want to be part of over the long term. So, Carlos, we're actually getting closer to the open than I would have thought. So let's set some levels. And then mods, if you're getting your lists in there, let me know what you'll be watching. And I will, in turn, let everybody know in just a couple of minutes.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Let's get ready here. We're looking at CoreWeave. It's the first one on my list this morning, which is checking out the Qs, man. The Qs continue to make a new low here. The weakness is in this morning in the overall market. So, and you're going to start seeing some of our tickers coming up here. I do see MU now crossing the 2% line down this morning. NVDA, Tesla still at 1.5 down, but there's some that are starting to cross that 2%. So this list is going to get bigger as we move forward here in this pre-market session. All right, let's go to CoreWeave. Let's start looking at what we have going on here. Low of the pre-market 73.03 is right over here. So 73.03 for the low of the pre-market. The high is pretty close to some of the levels we have here, like the low from Friday, right? So right on there, pretty close. I'll just leave that there. I mean, we could mark it if you like. 75.56 is a couple of cents away from that low from last trading day. Towards the bottom, we do have 70.97 right on there, and then below that, that's a good level. 70.97 is a great level. Look how much support you have right around this area. A lot of days opening and closing around that area as well, but a lot of support happening there. So let's see what it does when it gets down there. If it was to lose that, if this weakness continues, 69.29 can be the next level there as well. All right, continuing here towards the top, you're set with the highs and lows for the last two trading days and the previous day close as well. So nothing to add there. Next on my list is going to be what I had here. I had Rigetti, right? So a lot of quantum tickers are feeling the pressure as well. 2160 is the low of the pre-market there. Another great level off the daily coming out around 2101. So I'm going to mark that there too. And you can see here a couple of daily levels pretty good off that previous day close and high of the pre-market. So that's a big level that we are trying to hold on to this morning, but already below that. So let's see if we can recover, or is it going to be more downside for Rigetti. Another level at 23.41. Then above that, plenty of levels of the highs and lows for the last 2 trading days. Big sell-off day. Well, not big, but decent sell-off day on Friday. And today starting off on the weaker side as well, with a lot of stuff in the market. 20.04, another great level towards the bottom there. Resistance that eventually broke out, became support. We'll see if that amounts to anything if we do get down there for Rigetti. One of our usual suspects, I got 2 this morning. I have NVIDIA and Tesla, but here's NVIDIA right now. Stuck between the highs and lows of the last 2 trading days here towards the bottom. Low of the pre-market is 87.45. We did this just a few ago, very early on, 4 o'clock in the morning. We're coming up to it again here. Let's see if that is going to continue to hold, or are we going to drop lower on NVIDIA. Look at the bigger picture on the daily. Another area will be right around 185.52. We'll slam one there, and then just in case, guys, because this thing is looking a lot of blood in the screen today, man. This bloodbath of lists this morning, a lot of red. So just in case, let's be ready. I think Santa Claus needs to wake up here. 183.81 is the next level I see. He's tired. He's probably, he's taking his time. 183.81, another level towards the bottom here on NVIDIA. Trading very well this morning, 3.6 million shares traded. And then towards the top, guys, you do have the highs and lows for the last 2 trading days. You can mark down the high of the pre-market all the way at 189.95 just in case. And then let's go over to our good buddy Tesla, which again, losing some ground here. High of the pre-market 471.77. This is actually a little bit, where is that? Oh, it's right over here. You can barely see it right there. 471.77, and then the low of the pre-market over at 467.25. Once you do that towards the top, you're pretty set, guys. Plenty of levels. Look at the rejection. 490 was just not having it, friends. Not having it. I mean, wow. We tried very hard there. Then towards the bottom there, we're going to look at 462.76. And then right over here, over at 457.60. So that's Tesla trading very nice this morning. Let's see if that continues into the market open. All right, that is what I have. Peter, what is our team looking at today?
Our team is looking at a lot of the usual suspects, as you might imagine. We've got Jared, who's watching silver futures, and he's going to be looking at Tesla. Raf, who's reminding us that Palm Springs is in California. Thanks. Megan is watching AMD, Micron, and Rocket Lab? Really? Rocket Lab. Okay, RKLB. Eamon is looking for reversals, but hasn't yet settled on anything. Phil's watching Tesla, NVIDIA, AMD, and Broadcom. Andrew, he's got his list. He's going to be watching NVIDIA, Tesla, AMD, and Rocket Lab as well. So, Carlos, did we miss something on Rocket Lab? What's going on with it so far this morning? It
let's take a look.
That active to me. I'm not sure what the interest is, but all right. Somebody knows something. Share with the class. And then I've got the usual suspects. I'll watch CoreWeave as well just to see if it does anything, and we watching the scanners to see what pops up. Brian, who will also be trading live, NVIDIA, AMD, and IonQ. Another one we didn't really talk about this morning, but it's actually been moving down pretty steadily here this morning. So I like IonQ better than some of the others, but I'll wait and see if it does anything interesting. It's a nicey stock, so I just find those a little tougher. All right. Yeah. That's what we got this morning. Whatever you do, stay warm, everybody, and don't get scammed. There you go. That's our message for the morning.
Don't get scammed.
Stay warm and don't get scammed.
Oh, yeah. All right, friends, over in chat, take care. Trade safe. I see Andrew's ready to go. Brian's ready to go. Those guys will be with you here in a second. And yes, another free funded account giveaway later today. So we gave one on Friday. We're going to be doing one every single day into I run out of codes, or Andrew tells me to stop. And I got a lot of codes. We have a lot of codes. Andrew gave me a list, mile long, of codes for to give away. So good luck to our Lambos and Garbage Truck family there. All right, friends. Take care, and we'll see you a little bit later. All right, we're going to continue here on YouTube, friends. Looking forward to a good trading day. Really, really am. Again, can't stress enough. Patience. We got to be patient. We'll find something. But we just got to be Patient. All right, let's see. Let's get our setup ready. All right, let's see here. What do we got? So Peter, do you have at least electric? Do you have an electric heater you could put on? I mean, that's pretty chilly, man. What's the plan?
Yeah, we gave one to my daughter. She took we had a little space heater that heats up a room
Okay.
well, so I don't know if
Yeah.
she used it last night or not, but it's we'll make do. I'm wearing warm clothes. It's
Yeah.
just every once in a while I get a chill. It's
A little
it's
chill.
cold.
Little chill
I
creeps
mean, it's
in.
supposed to
I
be
get that.
anytime between 10 and 1:30 today when the technician's supposed to be showing up. So I'm just hoping that that's going to happen. I'm keeping my phone right nearby so I
Yeah, you
can
don't want to
hear it
miss
when it
that call.
rings.
You want to?
No,
We called you. You didn't pick up. You don't want to miss that
yeah,
call. So.
they
Yeah. Yeah.
said we can't show up if you don't answer the phone. So I'm like, all right, I got it. I'll be answering the phone. Don't you worry about that. So I'm really curious as to whether did I screw up with the installation of the new thermostat, or is there an actual furnace problem? Maybe my thermostat blowing out. Maybe it blew out because the furnace blew. Maybe
Hmm.
this thermostat blew the furnace. I don't know what's going on. I just knew that the thermostat was not working when we got home the other day, and thought maybe I could
Yeah.
replace it, but that didn't work. So now I'm calling in the professionals. Sometimes it happens
Calling the
in home
pros.
stuff, right? You know how you
Yeah.
go online and they're like, it's super easy to replace this. Just replace it. You'll be fine. And then you go and replace it and you're like, well, that didn't work. That was not
Yeah.
as easy as advertised.
Yeah.
Uh, anyways, so
That is so true, man.
yeah.
Um.
Anyways,
All right, we'll get our 1 minute here. We got yeah. I see why Andrew has Rocket Lab. I mean, it is moving, man. It's up and down. I mean, sold off, came back up. Um, yeah, it's having some action here. So we'll see. It did sell off on
yeah,
Friday too,
what's
pretty
not?
good. So on Friday it did have a little bit of a sell off, but many things did, right? But we'll have to see.
Yeah.
I'm glad he's watching. If he sees something great, he'll have it front and center, and I got his screen up here. Make sure to be on the lookout for that. All right, this Brian is good to go. Very nice. What else? I think that's pretty much it, right, guys? Anything else? Just change the board.
Yeah.
Super
Oh, I got all
easy.
my alarms off today. I got to turn my
Hmm.
alarms back on for the week.
Yeah, because you didn't
So,
want to coming off on the holidays and the days off at
right.
the weekends. Yep, yep.
So we'll do that. Let's get those rocking and rolling here. We got 20 seconds to the market open. We'll see what it brings here. Turn all these alarms back on.
Yeah,
Shut
yes,
down.
yes, yes. All right, friends, there it is. And we
All
are
right, here we
off.
go. Market is open. Okay. Tesla, Carlos, definitely not going up
Yeah,
today right at the open.
right at the open, it's going the other way, man. The sentiment is weak at the moment, but that can all change as we've seen plenty of times. So let's see what the vibes of the market are like this morning as everybody waits for their hopefully Christmas rally. Tesla. Give me 1 second. I think I'm gonna bring everything up right now. Tesla, Rigetti.
Wow. It's
Yeah.
dropping here without any
Yeah.
pullback so far.
Oh yeah. No, John was right. John was on yesterday. He on Friday. He was like, I would not be shocked if Tesla comes down to 465 again before he makes this run. And we are like right here, John. If you're listening,
Oh,
we're like there, man.
we're right there, yeah.
So,
Mm.
Tesla lower. I'm looking for a 1 minute engulfing possible trade here, friends.
Darn it.
NVDA lower.
I was just about to jump short on
Sure.
Tesla, and it went down $1 on me, so I'm not going to chase
Yeah,
it.
it's find these
No,
first
I'm
couple of
gonna
minutes,
wait.
man. So, oh, look at that. So hard to trade, though, man. These
Yeah.
are really hard trades. You got to be careful, quick. Even with all these years of experience, man, I find these trades to be very, very difficult. So,
Yep. They're
um,
tough.
but yeah, that would have worked out pretty nice. Partial at least 465, 464. So, wow, Peter, this would have been really good for you here. So very, very good
I
drop
know.
that we're getting. Yeah, it's
But
a
I'm
very good
okay.
drop.
I'm okay. I
Yeah.
didn't chase it. I'm fine.
No, yeah, that's the right thing. No chase, no chase. Um, that is the
Look at the
right
bounce
thing to
back.
do.
Look at that bounce back. Wow. Like you said, hard to trade at the open.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, Resilio, Joe, I think he probably got that from some daily levels, that 465. Um, that's what I'm thinking. CoreWeave going the other way, feeling some strength here this morning, so heading higher. Rigetti.
Yeah.
Uh,
CoreWeave, Ion Q also up. That's one that Brian
mhm.
had on his list. Apple moving higher.
Yeah, what is our secondary list doing? Let's take a look. Baba, not much. The volume is not there. Oklo pushing higher. So you got a couple of these energy type companies doing something. Um, all right, let's see. Rigetti looking good here. Okay, looks like it wants to stay above the VWAP. CoreWeave going green, friends. Wow. Yeah, CoreWeave 1 minute ORB was really nice here. Then it just took off from there. I mean that is awesome on CoreWeave there. Tesla. Man, this could be a good drop for Tesla here. This bouncing off the VWAP like this, that could be very nice. Actually. Silver pulling back a bit. NVDA.
Wow. Wherever John got his 465 level, that's right. I mean,
Yeah.
Tesla levels are always approximate, but it's
Yeah, it was
definitely
approximate. Yeah.
464, 465 is where it's getting some support here. But it moved down
Yeah.
to it, right? It moved down very
Yeah.
aggressively. Now it's
And it
using
was
that
funny
as
when
a
he said it
base.
on Friday. I was like, dude, we're like 450. I mean, 485 or something. Like we're pretty high. So
80,
I'm like,
yeah.
you know, that maybe in 1 or 2 days we'd
Nah,
get there, but we got there the next day.
levels
Yeah, we're
levels are
here.
magic.
Yeah, I gotta ask him where he got that from. We're right here. So CoreWeave still
NVIDIA
battling
just
to go along
popped a
there.
little bit.
Rigetti coming up on our 5 minute mark here, friends. Looking for 5 minute ORBs if we can get some good setups. And I didn't find any 1 minute engulfing ORB that I like. So we can go for 5 minute ORBs. Rigetti looks interesting here. It's come right back above the VWAP. I do like that. I like the 5 minute ORB setup here with stop loss at 21 and 2180. How much is that? About 40, not about 30 something cents right now. Let's see. Funny, the 1 minute looks interesting, but if you look at the five doesn't look that interesting on for a 5 minute RB breakout. Actually looks like it might be engulfing if it goes below the VRS. So I'll be careful on this thing. Getting conflicting data. What does the market atlas tell me? What are we doing? MU, yeah,
What does the
MU.
Market Atlas data tell us?
Yeah, let me see here on Rigetti what we got going on. Rigetti. It looks bearish, man. So conflicted here. Everything is does look bearish. 20, which is pretty far out, but 20 has a big order down there. So not getting a whole lot from Market Atlas confirming my direction here. Corey continues to go.
No, and
Tesla.
this is part of the problem when you get into days like this, Carlos. We were talking about this.
Yeah,
Relatively low volume, which means that you have to keep in mind that when the volume's lower like this and you don't have the big, the volume you expect out of some of the investment houses, you can get moves, but they don't follow the predictable rules that we normally expect, right? For instance,
right.
when you see volume on Atlas or that level two, you can sort of rely on what the intent is. It's not quite as reliable on days like this. So just be aware of that.
Yeah,
It's not that the data is bad. It just means it has a different meaning because you have to understand who's playing in the market and what's happening. So just be a little
100%.
more cautious, a little tentative.
Yep.
Probably
We're
serve you well.
seeing Tesla back above the VWAP. So
Yeah.
that could be good. Let's see. This could be good for a long.
And Andrew's going long NVIDIA, so we'll see if
Yes.
that
Okay. All right. So
yeah.
market changing around a little bit here. SPYs, MU is green. SPYs pushing a little bit higher. Qs are also moving higher. All right. So maybe that could help our situation here. Rigetti breakout did end up working out. Not the easiest volume to trade, but all right. So let's see if Tesla could be the one. Still have VWAP here. Um, this will be a very early VWAP breakout if we can get it, because we can't wait for the 5-minute RB. The 5-minute RB is too far out. If you look at it here,
Yeah.
this is where the range is. By the time you get there, you're missing a lot of the move here. So I'm gonna play it off the VWAP if we can get the tray here. Not the 5-minute ORB. So don't like that rejection. That's opposite of what we want here. And if I look at if I look at Atlas, Tesla looks very bearish. Like this is in line with what the price action is doing right now. Like it's very bearish, man. It might actually go lower. Look at the Atlas here, friends. I mean, this is as bearish as it gets. There's nothing up here, man. And look, we're going right to these levels. So, don't see it long anytime soon here.
A lot of weakness there. Oh, but look at NVIDIA's going higher. Andrew got that long trade on NVIDIA, so it's
Nice.
working well for him.
Man, look at, wow. 5-minute RB breakdown. Tesla, what are we doing? What are we doing, Tesla? It has come down a little bit more now, but all signals to me it looks short right now, man, on this thing. Like below the VWAP, we're pulling back. Market Atlas is heavy on the bids down there. Yeah, I'm going short Tesla, man. Let's go short Tesla here. Damn, it's so far out. Yeah, short Tesla.
Yeah, that's a little risky because it's shown a
So
lot of support.
it is a little
down at
risky,
this
yeah.
464 level.
Let's
But
see if we can
okay,
break
that's
down. I'm gonna have to give this so much room that I do not want, but I'm so far from the VWAP. Let's see. Yeah, at the VWAP, I gotta stop out. Yeah, let's see, 466. I have to stop out of the VWAP because that's way more than what I want to risk on a trade. But that's the reasonable level to stop at. Like anything below that, you can expect to stop out. So let's see. VWAP, we're testing on it. Testing. Yeah, yeah, I gotta get out. Yeah. Oh,
wait,
don't
wait,
do
wait.
that. Don't do that.
Wait,
I got out.
wait. Oh no, Carlos!
I
You said
know.
wait.
I might get back in. Let's see. I might get back in, but man, it hit my stop. It hit my stop. I had to get out. I had to get out.
All right. Fair enough. Yeah, it's back up here
I had to get out.
so
Yeah. But if we lose it again, I'm gonna get it much earlier if we do that. If we lose the VWAP again, I'll get it much earlier. I need a better stop above the VWAP, right? So this was a pretty tough entry. So let's see if we can get it again here. Okay, if I No, hold on, wait. I want to
don't
see
know what
confirmation that we're not gonna go higher.
what is
Oh
Tesla
man, it's
going to
trading
do
so
here?
wild. Look at this. Like the way it's trading, it is not easy. We saw this all last week. All right, I'm gonna try again here. Short Tesla
Yeah.
now for the rejection. Let's see if we can now break this. If we break this 464, man, we'll have a nice drop. I don't think it's gonna be an easy level to break. But everything is there. All the bids are down there. Like, let's see.
Yeah.
All right. Back in on Tesla for the short. See if we can get the drop.
Oh, I'm tempted to
Let's see.
join you in this, Carlos. I just don't know.
It's
It's been playing weird here a little bit.
yeah, it's weird, man. It's weird. Like I wouldn't recommend getting in now the way it's setting up at the moment. So we'll have to wait, but it is trading very, very weird. Yeah, look, it's going higher.
Let's see, it's
467.
popping up
Yeah.
again. Yeah. Which is too bad.
Yep, yep. It is not playing nice. All right, we're getting ready to stop if we need to. Let's see if we can retest the low. Let's see if we can actually break the low. Would be nice. See, it's a good sign right now for a short, but let's see what this candle does. Can we actually break lower? We did this before. We were able to get the sell down. We're back out of here again, but it didn't happen right away, which is not great. So let's see. All right.
Looks like it looks better now for a breakdown.
Yeah, this pullback. If we can survive this pullback, we're in good shape. Okay, waiting for the garbage man to come in. So I'm watching through my Ring camera, so make sure the kids don't miss them. The kids they did cards for the garbage man, a couple of bucks there. Yeah, do it every holiday we give
That's nice.
garbage truck. I take care of our garbage truck, man. I take care of our garbage
Yeah.
truck people. So
I've never met our. I don't even know if it's the same people every week. I have no idea.
oh yeah, this guy's been doing it. It's two of them, but the main guy's been doing it for years, man. He's got to be close to
Okay.
retiring already. Yeah, he's got to be close to retiring. But yeah, man. Ever since I lived here, yeah, man. It's been a while.
Same guy, eh? And you know the
Same
guy.
guy.
That's
Oh, I know him.
impressive.
Yeah, I know him. Yeah. It's. I haven't seen him lately a lot because he used to come after 12. But I guess something changed. So
Right.
I was already done with the show. But something changed with his route. He comes much earlier. So you see me running sometimes and I forget the garbage during the live stream.
Yeah, exactly.
But something changed with
See,
their route. They get to us much earlier. So,
Tesla's,
all right, come on,
Tesla's-
Tesla. We got to
Tesla's
pay the
playing
garbage
difficult
man
here.
here. Come on.
Pay the garbage. Man.
If you don't work out, I'm gonna have to go
be
take.
the garbage.
Yeah, don't be the garbage. I don't want to have to go open up the envelope and have to take the money out. If you don't work out on this trade, don't make me do that. Oh boy. Let's go, Tesla. Waste control engineer, not garbage man. Waste control engineer. Who made that title? ChatGPT made that title up.
Yeah,
No, man.
That's a long-running thing,
Listen.
eh?
I
Waste
was born in the
management engineer.
80s. I was born in the 80s. We call it the garbage man. And he's not offended. He's old school, just like me. It's the garbage man. My kids know it's the garbage man, the garbage truck. And there's nothing wrong with that. We're not creating no waste man. Get out of here with that. No. Garbage man, how you doing? And he's perfectly fine. No. What is this what Gen Z thing we're in now? It's like that's offensive to the garbage man. Man, listen. Don't get me started, man.
That's an old one though, where you call him a sanitation engineer, or
yeah. I guess in the resume you have to put that.
If you're a homemaker, you're like a house management consultant or a house management engineer.
Yeah.
It's like they're just all ridiculous. It's like just be proud of what you do. You do something
exactly.
valuable.
And these guys love what they do. If not, they wouldn't be doing it for that long, and they don't take offense to it, and we don't disrespect them, right? So
Right.
it's as simple as that, you know.
Right.
All right,
Yeah.
Tesla's going against me. I don't like that we didn't. This was a chance to do it, to break down, and we failed. So again, keeping my stop here, 467. We'll bail out of it. We're coming right back to where we had some resistance before. It would be nice to see that resistance come in again. Market Atlas is still showing weakness, but man, the price is doing something else. So I'm hoping that the bids will pull this down, but no, yeah, 467. Yeah, we got to stop out. All right, Tesla not playing nice today
No.
for me. Domestic engineer, that's another name for it. Yeah,
Domestic engineer. Yeah, that's the term. Whatever.
I would have never guessed
Yeah.
domestic engineer would have meant that, and that would have definitely flew over my head. All right, so NVIDIA, 2 stops on NVIDIA, friends. The market atlas now is changing a little bit. See it now above the VIP here. You can see there's more orders on market atlas towards the top, so maybe you can pull it a little bit higher, but there's still significant orders to the downside here. But definitely looking more bullish than it was earlier. Domestic engineer getting along equals getting along with your wife. Waste manager. Yeah. All right, NVIDIA coming back down. Rigetti, slow distracts here. CoreWeave, not doing anything. Tesla. I think Tesla's going to sell off. I think it's going to come down some more. But, John was right on this 465 level. It's just right on there. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll have to wait for a better setups. Quantum, yeah. See, I saw Quantum. Gabriel, I saw Quantum here do well right out this break. We almost took this 5-minute RB, but just again the volume and everything didn't look right. That would have been a good move. Maybe actually, man, it's only 40 cents. Oh wow, it's not even a lot. I'll say at least $1, but not even 40 cents. Wow, this thing barely moves. I remember getting moving a little bit more than this. But maybe I am bugging. QBTS, what do we got going on here? Yeah, I mean, this is even worse, guys. I mean, this is probably why we stopped trading these. They're not moving as well as they were when we were trading them. Like, we were getting $1 easily on Rigetti, but now this is they're moving, but I don't know. They're different. They're definitely trading much, much different. All right, Tesla back below VWAP. And I like
Careful,
it.
Though. Don't.
Yeah.
Don't.
I'm not
don't
jumping
chase
yet,
it too
but
much.
But I like it, man. Every time he comes here, I think we're going to get some kind of drop. But
Dude,
and Atlas is
you
telling
like it?
me,
Yeah. What's it telling you?
it's telling me, go, Carlos, go short. This is dropping.
Really?
Don't stay behind. Don't miss the move. Don't miss the move. Oh man. Nah, let's wait. Let's see if we get. We were doing it for a 5-minute RB here. That failed, right? So that was the trade there. We got back in case it was going to reject. Same for the same trade. Still breaking this 5-minute RB. Let's wait for an actual setup now. Not different setup at least. Let's see if our VWAP breakdown sets up here. Let's see. Nike's closing that gap from last week. It's just slowly but surely doing $1 every day. And look at it now. It's very nice. So that's great. But again, what's the strategy here? I mean, it's just slow, steady grind. Did the same thing on Friday. Slow, steady grind. Very difficult to trade that, right? All right, Tesla. So here's the pullback. Here's the confirmation. Okay. Peter, I'm going short. Going short Tesla.
Again.
One more time here. Yes. VWAP breakdown. The bids. Look at this market atlas. Like, Come on, man. Market eyes looks great. The setup looks good. I might still be in chop here, but can we at least test the low of the day here? Let's see. Yes, friends, if you haven't done so already, hit that like button on YouTube. It does help us out a ton. It is extremely helpful. We are also live on X, so thank you guys for the support there. On X, what do we have going on? Our buddies, Mr. David is on X. Good morning to you, and good morning to everybody else watching. I can't see who's on X. I just see whoever. If you got to chat for me to say hello, to you. So David is on there, and.
I should have on the retest of the VWAP on NVIDIA. I was looking at a short.
Yeah.
I didn't take it. I think I'm too cold to think straight here.
Uh,
I'm gonna put my hood up here just to keep my ears warm.
okay.
Fortunately, I got the headphones. Keep my ears warm.
Yeah, man. That's All right, here it is. Good morning to Ben. I see Ben is in chat over on X. Good morning to you. Very nice, very nice. All right, NVIDIA. You guys are calling on NVIDIA. What do we have? NVIDIA. Yeah, VWAP. Oh, yeah, another VWAP breakdown too. A couple. This one misses the mark because it doesn't really break through. Then you kind of get like the stumble, follow through, breakthrough, and then here's the pullback, and then here's the entry. If you take it here, I guess it's okay, but it's a little bit not quite. It would have been a gut call whether you want to get in or not. An experienced call if you want to get in there now.
See, when I hesitated, it was at the 187.30 at 9:50, right when it was below.
Oh, right here. Yes, that's that's the entry I would have went in on. Yeah.
Yep. See, that's where I was looking at it. I'm like, you were talking about Tesla at the time, and I was thinking, I don't know, I'm honestly questioning my own thought process because I said I'm freezing. So I'm like, do I just want to trade because is it actually a good trade? I don't know. I'm also just eager for this guy to call. I keep just staring at my phone looking for the
you don't want to see like a
phone call.
Voicemail pop up and not an actual ring.
Missed call.
I get it. I get it, man. Surgeon. All right, we're right at the low here. Let's see if we can break.
We're supposed to be having another party tonight.
Nice.
So it's still party time here. We've hosted 3 parties already. We've got one more tonight. We've got another one scheduled on Saturday coming up. So it's been busy. It's a lot of hosting. So
that's awesome, man.
It'd be tough to host a party if it's freaking freezing in here. That'll be
at first. If you get enough people,
that's
it might warm the place up.
Exactly, it'd be good for us because they'll warm it up for us. I'm not sure they'll have a lot of fun, but we'll thank them for their body heat and for So anyway,
exactly.
We'll see. They're a bunch of young people. We'll consider it an adventure. They can gather around the fireplace and
of course. No, I like it. All right, let's see. Let's refresh. Friends, reminder: we are giving away a funded account today for our Lambos and Garbage Truck members. So funded account. I can't show that. A funded account today for our Lambos and Garbage Truck members. So make sure you sign up if you want to be part of the giveaway. And it's not just today, it's every day. We had a couple of winners last week. You guys got your emails. We did 3. Andrew kicked it off with 3 on Christmas Eve, and then one on Friday, and today we'll do another one. So funded account, free for you, for if you're part of the Lambos and Garbage Truck family. So you can sign up. You can head over here at YouTube, Bear with Traders, youtube.com/bearwithtraders or bearwithtraders.com/YouTube. Both of those work, and then you can click on join, and you can join the Lambos and Garbage family. Just costs you $5 monthly, 5 local currency monthly. I signed up myself. I had to sign up. It's the only way I could respond to the videos. They wouldn't let me in on the private videos for members.
There you
I'm
go.
like it's my video. I uploaded it, and they just
You're
don't
finally
care.
getting to the drop, Carlos. Low day
Oh
here.
yeah. I'm seeing after all this headache, it better give me like 460, man. Like you play so hard with me. No, that's not smart.
Are
Actually,
you gonna hold out for that? Or are you gonna take a
I'm
partial?
trying to hold on as much as I
What's your
can. I'm
plan?
trying to look at it. I'm trying to talk about funded account. I'm
Okay.
talking about YouTube. I'm talking about everything to
Okay.
not
Keep
just.
distracting yourself then.
I'm
That's good.
looking at the garbage man, see if he shows up here, so we can give him his
All right.
envelopes. The
Well, you
kids drew on it and everything. But you know
look
what?
at
That's not
NVIDIA.
gonna work. I'm gonna take a partial now.
NVIDIA's. I was trying to
I'm sorry.
distract you with NVIDIA.
No. It's a good move. It's a good move
All
here.
right.
Gotta take a partial there. 462. I got this level. This is what is this? Daily level? Yeah, we're taking a partial, man. Absolutely. You know, I don't want to get into this game of like, oh, I gotta try to make my money back in like the first partial of these last two trades. Don't play that game, man. Just trade the trade. Every trade's individual, right? We had a great week last week, right? With the trades, right? Today we had a bad start of this week, right? 2 losses here, 2 full losses at that. Don't be a hero. This trade does not have to make your money back. That's ridiculous. That's not the way you trade. You trade the setup. So I'm got in here on the setup. This is a target. We take our partial and we just play the setup, right? But the minute you get into that game, it can get very ugly. And you can actually end up losing money, having to come back to break even because you're greedy. That's greedy, trading like that, by the way. So you don't want to do that. And I'm saying it because I've done it many, many times, you know. And John, when you were not here, Peter, John was talking about this too, where on his swing trades, he'll be like, oh, you know what? If it's already at $10, now let's see if we go to 12. And he doesn't take a partial on his target. And I've done this on swing trades too. And next thing you know, you're either back down at a lesser number because you were basically greedy, you know, because it's a fine line between being aggressive and being greedy. It's a very fine line. Sometimes I don't even know where the line is. It's just like, am I being greedy here or am I being aggressive, which you want to be on your good trades, right? It's such a tough thing to decide on. So not easy. As we're chatting here, Miles for a Cure. Oh, I like that name. Miles for a Cure. What miles? What cure? What costs? I like that. Miles for a Cure. So welcome to the Lambos and Garbage Truck family. And who we have here, and then we have, who is this? We have Lock Me In. So Lock Me In. Welcome as well to the Lambos and Garbage Truck family, my friend. All right. But yeah, Miles for a Cure is awesome. And Lock Me In is good too. Not in a room, but lock me into the thoughts of focus, I guess. But don't lock me in a room. That's not good. Don't do that. But greetings to you. For Lyme disease. Oh, nice. That's awesome. That is awesome. Good cause. All right, let's see here.
Lyme disease is terrifying, by the way.
I read a little. I don't know much about it. And again, so but I guess it's from like certain animals carry it, like deers carry it.
Ticks normally, but
Okay.
but it's just how it. I don't know. It's insidious, and as far as I know, I don't
Yeah.
think there's a cure for it. So it's
Oh,
it's another
that's
one of those scary
that's
ones where you just get bit
yeah.
by a stupid tick, and next thing you know, your brain starts to melt, and
Dude,
weird things happen.
that's
Yeah.
that's wild, man. That is
Anyways,
wild. You know what? We should do a fundraiser January. What do you guys think? January fundraiser for Lyme disease. We should do one. We could do one on YouTube. If you guys want to do it, we'll do it. We'll put a goal of like $2,000 because we could do that pretty easily. I think between all of us. And we could do it right here, right to YouTube. Very easy to donate. And we'll do it in January. We'll start in January for 30 days and see if we can hit our goal. Let's do that.
okay.
Let's make that happen. Let's do that. So we will definitely do that there. So I don't know your name, Miles for Cure, but if you have if YouTube has connections with some, if you have one that's national, let me know the name. I'll see if YouTube have it. We'll start a donation for that. All right. Let's see. Oh, congrats. Welcome. Stillness Journey 5870. Welcome to the Lambos and Garbage Truck family, my friend. I took two parcels. I got a little impatient, and I'm glad I did now because this thing is pulling back a little bit. I'm like, man, 462. Because normally I would have taken a partial here, and then I'm sure we're here where I did, right? So this was very patient for me. As I was trying to talk my way up, now looking at the charts, but two partials here, and let's see if the sell-off continues. There's Andrew in chat. Good morning. How's Andrew? What is he in today? So he traded NVDA. Nice breakout of the VWAP. Partial, and then stopped out when it lost the momentum. But nice trade on NVIDIA so far this morning. Oh, beautiful. All right. The Adrian Duran is doing great so far, and great conversation as always. Nice. Glad you're doing good. It's not the easiest of morning, but there's opportunities. We just gotta wait a little bit longer. That's all. Yep. Andrew's out of NVIDIA. Did his thing there, and
Yeah,
we'll see if
he's well
continues.
That.
All full days today. This week, Peter. Right? There's no I was checking. There's no half days. For New Year's, or did I check that wrong?
Excuse me. No, there's not.
Yeah.
No, you're correct. It is just it's just the New Year's Day, January 1st, where the market's closed. Other than that, regular full days, before and after.
Nice.
So another Thursday off, and then back on the Friday, if you're gonna trade it. Nvidia's going sideways, so that would have been a little bit of a drop, but like Tesla, it didn't go as far as we had hoped, but there's still time.
There's still time. It's trying to test here. Let's see what our Atlas.
Yeah.
Alicia Edwards, welcome to the Lambos and Garbage Truck family. Good to have you. Welcome. And let's take a look here. Some Market Atlas, friends, brought to you by TradingTerminal.com. Make sure you check that out. It is an amazing tool. It's part of the reason why I'm in my short on Tesla. I said Market Atlas is telling me this, man. It's like it's red. And here it is.
If you can break 462, I think you got a good move down here. Because right now, this is where we're sort of filling the gap on the daily. Yeah, this is the top end of that gap back in mid-December. So
we can't change this now because it'll probably drive everybody insane. But no, actually, I see why they did that. I was wondering, like, shouldn't this be red because I want to go short and this be green because I want to go long? But that's not the way that works. These are buyers. So it makes sense why it's green. I know this is out of the... Peter, I'll be right back. The garbage man is here. I'll be right back.
Oh, all right. You go say hi to the garbage man. I love that Carlos knows his garbage man. I don't think I've ever seen them. They don't show up at the same time every week or so. I guess it's not as easy here. Maybe just not the same system. Anyways, because I'm still watching. I haven't taken my first trade yet. Again, NVIDIA would have been the opportunity short below the VWAP. I did not get that opportunity, or I didn't take it anyways. So I'm just sitting watching. I love the fact that Carlos is in this trade and that Tesla's working for him. I hope it breaks lower for his sake. I actually do hope it breaks lower, gets to 460, and then goes all the way back up to 500. Because I would like to see Tesla close at 500 at the end, or get to 500 between now and the end of the year. So we've got 4 days, right, including today. So let's see if we can make the most of it. But Tesla's not looking strong right now. It's funny how the market initially looked strong, didn't it? Popped up for just a few minutes, right? 5-6 minutes, and then sold right off. We're right back where we started right now. So who knows which way we're going? So still waiting for my phone call. Come on, tech guy. I hope he's... You know what? Because I'm waiting on it, it's going to be one of those watched pot scenarios where we'll be like the last house on the list. He'll be here right at the end of the time frame. It'll be like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and he'll only be showing up then. That'll be Murphy's Law in effect for me. But we'll see what happens. Hopefully by this time tomorrow, I'll be toasty warm, because I can tell you right now, we'll be pumping the heat as soon as it gets fixed.
Yes,
which is, I guess, what most people do, right? You get the heat fixed, and you're like, let's make it tropical in here, damn it.
Everybody in shorts.
Yeah.
All right, friends, we broke 462, man. This thing is rocking here. I'm getting close to taking another partial, but I want to be as patient as possible. The issue with Tesla is it can shoot up from here to like 465 in 2 seconds, right? So you don't want to be too patient.
But the opportunity is that it can shoot down just the same. So
yeah, and right
never
now,
know. But you never know. You never know.
You never know. But looking pretty nice here. 460 has a huge order. I know we're far out from that now, but 460. It's a couple on 461, but 460 has massive orders on our market atlas here.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
See if we can get down there. Trader 25, 2025 CAM. Welcome to our Lambos and garbage truck. Melanie slept in. Slacker. Good morning to you.
Well, you haven't missed a lot, really. I mean, depending what you've been watching, there might have been some opportunity, depending on your trading style. I haven't traded yet, and I'm okay with that, actually.
Yeah.
And then, Carlos, you know what I just remembered to do? I clicked the thumbs up button.
Ooh, I did it very early this morning.
Okay.
We're at 243. So some people might be just as cold as you are right now, as far as not being able to click the button. If you're cold, you don't want to move too much. Just want to, grab it. Oh,
well, warm up your finger there. Click the button.
Yes, click the button, friends. It does help us out a bunch. Helps the stream out. YouTube likes it. We like it. It tells us, hey, we're doing something at least good for you. And yeah. And you don't get charged for it. Completely free of charge for you. This one time. And every time. All right, here it is. In case you need a visual, there's the visual of hit the thumbs up button. All right, 461. This order's there. I'm gonna wait. Atlas is telling me to wait. Let's see if Atlas is going to get us down to 461 here. Let's see. 461.48. Mondays are the best days to watch. Mondays are fun because Mondays, you start the week, you're getting back into it. We love trade, so we love coming here and doing what we have to do, right? So preparing with you guys in the morning, doing the live trading, and having this great commentary and your comments, your feedback is awesome. So I love that. Coach Umberto, it should be. If it's not working, I know these guys are doing changes and upgrades to it, so it could be that they're in between some of that. But it should be working. I'll check in a second for you. Once I'm done with this trade, I'll check what's going on. Marcos just came back from vacation, so today I'm just watching with you guys. That's awesome, man. Where did you go? Let's see here. We're struggling breaking down this 461.56 to get our orders at 461. Let's see if we can break lower. What else is happening around here? CoreWeave did break down from the previous day close, and the VWAP, not by much. Rigetti did break down. Gave you almost $1 there. Not $1, like 60 cents. That's good. NVIDIA never broke down, Peter. Just gave you one drop here, one drop, and then just right back up to this whatever this is, man. It's just
Yeah.
holding 186. What is it, 186.45? It's just got stuck here. Like it does not want to go any lower. Well, what is this? I just marked it. It is around the low from 2 days ago, but that's not major. But yeah, it's just stuck here. I don't see anything crazy on it, but it's definitely stuck in there right now. All right, we're monitoring our Tesla trades as is coming back above 462.80. I might take another partial, but I want to wait. Let's see if this 20.
Apple's Apple's pushing down right now.
Oh wow, nice drop. Tesla rejecting off the 20 moving average, the 463, hoping that this support can now become resistance, and hopefully we can drop back down to 461.50. Let's see if we could pick up some sellers here on the way down. I know eventually that's going to stop, and eventually we're going to get a reversal because Tesla tends to do that. It doesn't just go, normally doesn't go all the way down. So if we get a 461 again and we start to struggle like 1 or 2 minutes, I will take a partial there and not wait for it to bounce back again. But this looks good right now. See? This looks really good. Let's see if we could break through that. Let's break down further before Santa Claus wakes up and messes the whole thing up here for our short. But then we'll find reversal trades if that does happen. How about you guys in chat? Mohammed Madaza. Wow, that's a long name, but 1521, my friend. Welcome. So Mohammed, I think is here, and then Dasam. There's got to be like a cut here. I'm sure there's some kind of cuts, and I'm probably not catching the right cuts. But my friend, welcome. Glad to have you part of the Lambos and Garbage Truck family. 1521 there. Good to have you, my friend. All right, so where is let's see here. I said we're waiting for this to take place here. We're getting close at reversal time, so we're back here below 462. Briefly, let's see if, yeah, I don't like the way Tesla's trading now. I'm gonna take a partial. And Peter, nothing for you yet?
Nothing. No.
Yeah.
Still looking here to see if
I'm gonna take another partial on Tesla here in case the party's over. Not getting out yet because we have our, I think the VWAP is now below our entry. Yeah, slightly. We need a little bit more. So we got some room to let this play out, see if there's any more juice in it left. But another partial here just in case the party's over. And yeah, we'll see where it goes from there, friends. Let's see here. Oh yeah, I'm so glad I took that partial. Look at this move, guys. Look at this move. All right, let's see here. Where is All right, friends, thank you so much for the likes. 295 likes. We're so close to 300. Thank you for that, guys. Really appreciate the support over on YouTube. I know we have X as well, so thank you, guys. Uncle D Trades. Hello, my friend, over on X.
Ugh. God.
Warm it up, Peter. Warm it up. Oh, man.
Oh, I got a request. Hold on a second. I got to deliver something.
All right. Go for it. All right, very good. Very good, very good. All right, I'm still in Tesla, friends. Seeing if we're gonna get more, but already two parcels in. So two losers, one winner. And we are seeing if we going to get any more weakness out of this. So stop. We'll be at break even now. As we continue to push further, I do see 465. Where's
Right.
my 46? I'm hoping 465 is where we're gonna have the rejection there.
Ugh.
Hoping, but we'll see. Over on
Actually,
YouTube.
we had my wife just reminded me we had freezing rain last night. Gotta put salt
Yeah.
down on the steps. Can't have the delivery guy like killing himself on our front steps.
That's not funny, but
No.
kill himself is a little drastic. We can't have him hurt himself that he then cannot fix our unit. That'd be really
Well,
bad.
Yeah, I mean, I guess admittedly, I was being very selfish in that statement because I
Yeah.
picture him lying there dead, and I'm like, well, what about my heat? Let alone the fact that the guy's dead. So, it's probably
Oh
I
man.
should be a little more concerned about him.
Yeah.
I assume it's a
Oh.
him or her, whoever it was, whoever it's going to be.
Imagine him like twisting his ankle, can't even walk, and Peter's like, "Well, I can carry you downstairs. Just tell me what to do. I'll do it for
Yeah,
you."
exactly. I'll give you a piggyback. Here, come on. Let's
Oh
go check out the
man,
furnace.
no, this is this is real.
All
This
right.
is real. Oh man.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go take care of that. I'll be right back in a minute. Here, hold on.
Take care of that, Peter. It's all right. We'll take your picture off for a second there, so you don't look so creepy as you're staring at us. I guess pretty creepy there. Like, I see you. So yeah. But yeah, man. Take care of that. All right. Let's see if we get the rejection here. We are still short on Tesla. 3 parcels in already at 462. So we got a $3 move on this thing, which is really nice. I'm hoping that we can reject here. Normally, sort of some people, when they see rejection, they'll be adding. I'm not a great adder. Although I'm so close to my entry, adding here wouldn't really be a bad idea. Like, we're not going to bring our average price down a lot, to be honest. And we just, we can average here. And even if we get to 463, we're golden. But let's see. Let's see what Market Atlas is telling me. Market Atlas from tradingterminal.com. Let's just go over there and read what's going on. Let's see. Peter, what's your thoughts on adding here on Tesla short to my short? What do you think about that?
Oof. Every time I do, it never works out. So, I mean, you got to be pretty close to your original entry, right? Like, this would be a good place to add. It'd be a good place to add, really. But
like, what do I got to lose here, right? We'll lose a little bit if we have to stop out of break even. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to add. I'm short. I'm adding short to Tesla here. Yeah, it did bring our average down quite a bit. But you know what? I was going to get stopped out soon either way. I think it's a great ad, actually, as far as the risk that I'm providing here. So let's see. Let's we already have a nice win on it. Let's see if we can add to the short on the way down. Even if we get to 463, this will be a win because I'll start parsing a little bit more aggressive now if we do get the move here. All right, let's take a look at this here as that's working out. And at the moment, where is Uncle D Trace is green on a slow day. That's awesome, man. Over on X. That is great. I like X because I can go and just look at people's profile and follow them. So here's our buddy. Look at this beautiful profile picture, man. Look at this dog. Look at this. Like, come on. How can you go wrong with that? All right, I am following you.
Hey, whose picture is that?
That's Uncle D Trays over on X. So we're live on X now. And what I like about X is we're chatting here. Right. I can click on the picture and I can follow the people. We can connect. So it's it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I love that. Love
Well, he's
that.
just like my daughter's dog. Same coloring as my daughter's dog. So Chunks.
Yeah.
Very, very
Yeah.
close.
Very
Anyways,
nice. Very nice.
a little more white on the muzzle there than Chunks. But
Yeah.
anyways,
Still in this
well, it was
journey,
looking good.
58.70. Wow. Thanks, man, for the $2 Canadian. That's like $7 US, man. That's awesome. So we appreciate that. And with inflation, that's a lot. So, no, thank you, man. We appreciate.
I
Truly,
think
we
you maybe
appreciate the support. Yeah. All right. Let me see. 465. I'll stop out here above the VWAP. But awesome, man. We appreciate it. It helps. It helps the stream. And Peter, I think Peter gets all this money. I think it goes to his account. I don't know how that works, but Peter's extremely happy.
it's magic, isn't it?
It's magic. And Peter's thinking back of the head. I don't know where Carlos thinks I get this money because it really doesn't go to him. But we just pretend. We like to know where it's going. Goes to Peter.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the check, the payout. So
It's stuck in the mail. Just make sure you put the salt in the stairs so the mailman doesn't get hurt coming up your way. All right, friends. 465. I'm gonna stop out.
That.
Okay, awesome. 465. Here it is, the VWAP. We want resistance here to head lower, but it's struggling. And 465 will get out of it. Let's see. Wow, it's coming right to it. We're ready. We want the drop. 465. Tipped it lower, tipped it lower. A new candle. And it's going to... Wow, there's a real battle going on here at 465. Okay, we're out. Yep, so we're out of it now. So, not bad. Not bad. We added. Didn't lose a lot more because that's really where our stop was going to be anyways. Break even. But that was adding's not as bad as I think it is. The amount that we gave back here is very little compared to the possible reward. So, I got to do this more often. It didn't work out now, but I could see if this works out. I could see how good this can be as far as what you could add to your winning trade already. So gotta start doing that a little bit more. All right, friends. So that is our Tesla trade. We are all out of it now, and might be setting up for a long here. So be on the lookout for that as well. And everything else is just NVIDIA is back above the VUF, so that could be good too. So be on the lookout for that. And many of you guys still with no trade. I know, Peter, you still have no trades here this morning.
No, none for me. So,
okay. So I got some questions here. All right, what do we have? Peter and Carlos, what were your biggest green months number wise? We had some big months, man. I'm sure Peter too. They're not normal, but we had some. I had some big months, right? Actually, I had some big months when I was still not profitable, trading horribly, which again was not really
right.
consistent. Actually, I think my biggest month ever was when I was still not consistently profitable. And man, it's just I was risking way too much, right?
Really?
So I don't know if you want to really count that, but I had some 15K months, right? But again, I also had $17,000 losses on one single trade, right? So I don't really count that as a thing to track because at that time I was not trading as well as I am now. Nowhere near. I was horrible. It was just like boom and bust. So is that something to brag about? Not really. When you do it in that way, you know what I'm saying? Like when you do it and when you knew you were averaging down, holding, in some cases even holding some swing trades the next day. I got lucky and it worked out. Can't really count that. It's horrible. But
right.
It happens. But looking at Tesla, friends, let me see what the signals are telling me here. Because Tesla via breakout's looking pretty good. There's the pullback. I just don't know if it has the momentum to actually get going. Man, today I feel like I traded a lot. I traded a lot today, Peter. 3 trades, but I feel like I traded a bunch this morning.
I,
Yeah, I feel like
I
I've been
bet
trading for
because
like 2 days. I mean, let's just been
it's
trading and
exhausting.
trading.
And yeah, and here's an interest. Your Tesla, obviously, you're out of it now, and the ad didn't work, and that's where it wouldn't have worked anyways, right? You would have been
Yeah,
stopped out of this.
yeah, exactly. Um, so overall, a nice green trade because we did get a $3 drop. I mean, that was awesome. That was awesome. I want to go long, but I feel like I'll be over trading. But I'm not. I'm good. I'm green. I don't know if it's over trading actually. I don't know. Exactly, Chris. You can't be proud of luck. Right. So if we're talking numbers, I say like, oh, here's a great example. Yuka Rasan is saying my biggest month is 40K, but as Carlos said, not profitable, right? So it's numbers irrelevant. More important is how you're making that number. And I remember a friend who used to be with us here. He used to always say, "Oh, you made this much, okay, but how much did you risk to make that, and how much, and what did you do to make that?" Right? That's more important because we all can make heavy
Right.
money, but how did you make it, and can you repeat it? Right? That's the deal. Like if I,
Right.
if I pull the house on this trade, if I put the house on this trade, yes, I could make a bunch of money on this trade. But are you gonna do that every time? How much are you risking to do that? Wow, this thing would have worked out, Peter. This Tesla trade.
Yeah.
Ah. Um, Friends, in a couple of minutes, just reminding you because I don't want you to be mad at me. If you didn't get a chance to sign up and you missed it, we are giving away a funded account for our Lambos and garbage truck members. So if you want to sign up, you could do so. It's very cheap, and we're doing it not just today. We're doing it for the whole every day. Every day we're giving away a funded account completely free to you guys. So definitely sign up for that. We'll do one again tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday we're off, and we're back Friday because the market is closed.
Correct.
Yes. Oh man, Tesla doing some stuff. NVIDIA's just slightly above the VWAP. CoreWeave just still going sideways. Rigetti still pretty much going sideways. NVIDIA and Tesla are the two that are. What a great reversal on Tesla. Really nice. NVIDIA failing the VWAP here. What does silver do? Silver's going lower. Silver's having more weakness here this morning. Alicia, you caught that Tesla VWAP break? Nice. Yeah, I hesitate. I should have got in this. I hesitate. Here's was the entry. I hesitate. I don't know why. I was thinking that maybe I traded too much, and I'm green. Not by much, but I'm green after 2 losses. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. And we would have gotten a partial at a 467, and this is not bad. Still, this can still keep going. Maybe go back to 467.25. So let's see. Cayenne 4019. Welcome to the Lambos and Garbage Truck family, my friend. Good to have you. And we also have down here we have Borowski. Welcome to the Lambo and Garbage Truck family, my friend. Good to have you. All right, let's see here. How to trade silver. I mean, silver is tough because it's really what the sector is doing. So for example, like I don't see like a 5-minute RB working on something like this, right? The same way I probably wouldn't trade a 5-minute RB working on the SPY, right? Because I think it's just, I mean, it could work. I done it, but these ETFs are a little bit different, I guess. So I don't know, but you could trade it. It's been weak today, right? So the whole sector is weak, and right now down 9.3 after being down all pre-market. So we'll have to see if that's going to continue or not. So, but it's been weak here. But how to trade, I don't know. I know a lot of people like to trade it here in our community. So a lot of people in our chat room do trade it, and I also know a lot of people like to do long term investing in it. Not investing, like swing trades, So funded account giveaways are usually when Andrew comes on between 10:30 and 11. Usually more towards the end, so stick around. Make sure you're here because you want to make sure you do the hashtag on there. Don't do it. I shouldn't have said that. Don't do no hashtags yet, guys. Please, not yet. It's not even on. It's not even on. So, because the minute, cause I can see somebody like it. I can see somebody like in their kitchen with their volume loud, flipping over, turkey bacons and whatever, and running over just to put hashtag BBT because it's just her hashtag. So don't
wait,
not yet.
Turkey bacon? Why turkey bacon? What's going on with that?
Oh, I love turkey bacon, man. I love turkey bacon. I really do. That's the thing in my family. I know people be like, turkey bacon? It's not real bacon. It's turkey cut in like a bacon, whatever, right? So, but I like turkey bacon.
Oh,
I'm in it.
I have it all the time. It's not bad. I like it.
It's good.
How do you say it's honest, not? It's not bacon, but it's its own.
It's not bacon,
product.
It's its own product. Yeah, it's its own product. There you go. Exactly. But yeah, I love me some halal food, man. We got a great Middle East restaurant here. Oh man, they're so good. They're so good. Probably not good for me, but they're so good. But yeah, I love me some Mediterranean. So I love Indian food. The spices in the Indian food, man. It's a lot of good stuff out there, man. This is where I miss the city, Peter, because you could have had this all in a 2-block radius from where I worked. Anything you want, it doesn't matter. Whatever, it's there. So you'll miss that. Wow, guys, if you took Tesla long, you should be very happy. This thing looks like it wants to go higher. I mean, you already got a $2 move almost. And let's see if this is going to break higher here towards the high of the day, which is all the way up at 469. So looking very, very nice right now, friends. T-Man says Carlos is making me hungry. Yeah, all this talk is making me hungry. I barely had breakfast this morning. So yes. Yeah, Tesla's gonna go. Tesla looks like it's moving nicely here, friends. It is moving well. Wants to go higher. And look, and the bits, Atlas is showing that like now, the bits are gone. All the asks are in. So if you look at it, it looks very bullish at the moment. You still got a couple. You still got 460, which is $6 out. That's far out of the money right now. But if you look at it short term, Atlas is saying long. I missed my entry, but it looks very bullish right now. So
yeah,
congrats for those that took it. Peter can't even focus on taking trades. He's just focused on getting heat in his house.
Yeah, I know. I'm waiting for the guy to call. My wife's busy texting me about salt.
Hello, everybody.
Hello,
sir.
Andrew.
All right,
How are you? How was your trading, guys?
Tough but good.
Tough, huh?
Yeah, it was not the easiest. We're green, but it was definitely a battle. That's for sure.
I saw that you got stopped out on Tesla multiple times.
Yeah, stopped out twice and then eventually got the move, but it was not easy, man. It's trading tough. Let me get the volume over in chat here.
And I'm still watching. I haven't taken a trade yet. I haven't seen anything I liked for a setup, so it might not happen today. I'm a little distracted, but with it being again freezing in here.
Oh, very nice. So we had a really good trading day. I did trade the NVDA and TQQ. So for long, TQQ was, I don't know if you're sharing my screen or not.
Yeah, can you get people back in the chat room there, Carlos?
Yeah, I had to reset the chat room because it was not letting me turn on the mic. So give me a second.
Okay.
I'm gonna do that, and I'll let me try that again. Didn't like it for some reason.
Wow, look at that bounce on silver. I knew that 64 level was support. Ooh, the Qs and the SPY are breaking out again to the upside. So were you trading Tesla long or short or both, Carlos?
I did short, 2 shorts. The third one worked finally, but yeah, it was not easy.
I caught a nice long when it started to reverse around 462. Moved up, started to move up through the moving averages and profits at the VWAP. Yeah, it's been a very choppy day, which isn't surprising.
Yeah.
This is a sort of a
No.
week where there's, yeah, not going to be a lot of volume or lower volume. Plus, you've got people that are taking profits from the year, locking in those profits. Some people are doing some tax loss selling. So um, sometimes these tax loss selling periods can cause some displacement in price, which gives you some opportunities to get into a stock at a cheaper price that's been beaten down. Wow, silver came ripping back here.
Yeah, silver is going back up nicely.
Well,
I'm gonna
today it's
step up my
definitely reversing.
desk.
Friday, if you look at the chart on silver on Friday, I mean that there was so much volume. They call that a blow off top. And you got the CME came in and changed their tightened their margin requirements on silver, which really put a damper on the on the price action. CME have done this before with silver, and
Has it
it's
done before?
usually been a bit of change the margin requirements.
Alrighty, so we are looking at
SLV is the trust. Silver Trust, SLV.
NVDA to the VWAP. So my trade today was, you guys can see in my screen. Yeah, you can share my screen. So NVDA, when it squeezes above the VWAP, this was a very nice pop. So we went long here for the break of these moving averages all the way up to get to 189. I really wanted to get to 189, but we never really get to 189. Then I got stopped out after I added. That's it. And TQQ was also a really nice trade that we did 1 minute winning edge breakout. Boom. This was a trade that we did on TQQ. And it seems that TQQ is actually coming back up.
Yeah,
So these two trades
it's
were very nice.
yeah, it's been a bunch of V reversals. It's makes it a little more difficult to trade. Tesla gave a little bit better around 10 o'clock, gave a little bit better of a bottoming action um, for an opportunity to trade a reversal.
CRWV. Brian, are you trading CRWV? Um, Corviv?
CoreWeave had it on my watch list, but I'm trying. I traded it. I think I might have traded it at the open, but I got out of it. All right, so now we're getting the markets rolling over a bit again. I think we're going to get into sort of a choppy rest of the day here. Yeah, U.S. markets are closed. I believe it's a half day Wednesday. Where's my sign? Look behind Andrew.
That's the sign. Yeah, I took that. I wanted to create some videos, so I took Brian's sign. I'll give it back. I'm borrowing it.
I actually acquired it from the old office, from Andrew's old office. So I figure it's his to when he wants it.
So the trades that we did today was pretty easy. Like TQQ was my main trade. So if I want to do quickly recap, so TQQ, as you see, guys, really came above the VWAP. We took it 1 minute range break up from 54.25 all the way up to 55. And I probably should have added somehow in there. So that was a 1 minute range breakout. The signal for me was the entry was this squeeze through the VWAP. And we did traded NVDA at the same time as well. So, a few minutes after that, when NVDA squeezed above the VWAP, I went long at 187 all the way up to 189. So, and I added more to get to 189, but I got stopped out. So that was a very solid two trades and pretty easy to recap. And it was a pretty profitable day for me. So that's why, like after like 9:42, I just relaxed. It's been 1 hour that we're not doing anything in the chat. The market doesn't seem super volatile. I made my money. Like I just want to do nothing. Just do nothing. It's very important to do nothing. Um,
Mm-hmm.
So TQQ was the market was gapping down overall. So TQQ has always been on our radar. TQQ is at 3 times leverage of Qs, so it's not something new. So whenever I want to trade the whole market, I go with TQQQ. Uh, it's not something new. It's just it's instead of SPX option calls or something like that, I go with TQQQ. Gary did a really nice trade from $15 to 22 SPX calls when he took that squeeze. I think SPY probably the same move. So yeah, so this same move that you saw here, you could do through SPX calls.
Yeah, SPX is just a supercharged options are just a supercharged way to trade the movement in the SPY. They can move quite a bit in a very short period of time, like a lot of dollars. So it works great if you've got the direction right. But it can really take can really punish you if you're wrong. Yeah, he's borrowing it. I let him borrow it considering it was his to begin with.
All right.
Yeah, really
Yeah,
getting into a
SPX
bit of
option
a
calls are
chop
very
fest.
interesting.
Yeah. Getting into a bit of a chop fest here. Really, it's market hasn't done much in the last 20 minutes or so. Which is typical for this time of year when you get holidays. You get some crazy price action at the beginning because the volume's light, and then you get then the markets kind of settle into a range.
Any question, guys, about Carlos? Are you gonna give away a free funded account for
Yeah.
YouTube?
Yeah,
Because we have a
we're
lot
ready.
of really nice traders in the funded account. I think Kylie's up $13,000 in the funded account. Um, Promise, Kyle. NVDL, yeah, market is really now flattening out on the VWAP. I'm not really like it's just
Yeah,
nothing. It really moves that much. I'm not really big fan of taking any trading in any either direction.
no, exactly. It's just chopping right now. This is the kind of price action where you're just gonna chase things, and you're just gonna get you're just gonna suffer a bunch of small losses, bleed away your the gains for the day.
Yes, so Walcott, you can get any payment that you want. If it's only $1,700, I'll pay you $1,700. Uh that's not a problem at all. So anything, $200, $500, $10,000, $5,000, $6,000. Just send a PayPal invoice to me. But the problem is that PayPal charges some fees. Because I'm in Canada, I don't have the ways that you guys are paying cash to each other.
Venmo,
So that's a
Venmo,
tricky. What is it called? The Venmo? Venmo? Yeah, I don't have the Venmo.
Venmo. Yeah, I think Venmo.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't have a US account like that. So you have to send me through PayPal and make
And I
Elon
think
Musk and
Venmo
yeah.
also starting to charge too. Like if you do a certain amount of transactions, they also charge you. So they're all doing the same thing. That it's going to be a charge regardless what you use.
Yeah.
hmm.
Yeah, sorry about that. And crypto and stuff. I don't have any crypto wallet or anything. So it has to be PayPal. So there are some charges with PayPal. I'm sorry. But you gotta make Elon Musk and Peter Thiel rich by using PayPal.
So we broke out of the range here. This is we're selling off. Qs and spies selling off. Everything's selling off now.
John, isn't it $1 million? I did consider actually buying that, John. I thought it's only $1 million, the green cards. I think it was 1 million.
Was it
I did consider
a
getting it
green card?
actually. Yeah, the green card to the US.
Hmm.
Mm.
Yeah, we'll keep it hashtag BBT for the funded accounts, and so many of you guys already done hashtag BBT. So yeah,
Carlos,
hashtag BBT.
your sound. I'm hearing you bad. I don't know if it's only me or not.
Yeah, it's crackly.
Distortion. Kyle.
Wow,
What we decide to
we're really
talk, they start
selling off
spying.
here.
They're tapping into the line.
All right, so we're bouncing back now. This was a nice opportunity for a reversal trade.
Yeah, so $1 million gold cards. Yeah, that's good. First gun, John. Yeah, like that. Yeah, honestly, I had a girlfriend from US, so I could get permanent residency through her, but I broke up with her, so maybe it's cheaper to
You'd have to,
find a
wouldn't
girlfriend.
you have to? You'd have to
Oh,
marry her, wouldn't you?
yeah, that's true actually. My brother is married to an American. He's getting his program through that. But the $1 million, I think it's worth it.
Oh, there you
US is
go.
a great country. Like, yeah. I mean, I'm considering it, Mr. President. So is the $1 million is just a green card, and then you have to be there for 5 years to get the citizenship. Yes, it's not immediately passport, no?
I have no idea.
Okay. All right, Carlos, do you want to do the free funded account?
Yes, let's do it. All right, friends. Hashtag BBT. I got tons of entries here. Your chances are very good. Let's bring it up here. Just once. Once you do it once, your name is in. All right. Here we go for the funded account. Actually, let me bring it over here. Okay, there it is. My screen froze for a second, but it's working now. All right, here goes, friends. All right, the winner is 3, 2, 1. Wow, we went from 90 to 133 entries. Very nice. Okay, here it is. The winner is Tactical Monkeys. Tactical Monkeys. You are the winner, my friend. So
What
yeah,
a name.
yeah. What a name.
Yeah, it's a great name.
If you're not a bot, email us at carlos@bearreturns.com and we'll hook you up. I know he's not a bot because I've seen him in chat before. He's around. So congrats.
No bots,
All right,
humans
guys.
only.
So, Peter, what's your thought about the American citizenship? Let's get some controversy here.
Hey, that's something you want to do, then
Oh,
go for it.
yeah, let's create some chaos. What do you think about that, Peter?
I'm nothing against it. It's been a good country for a while. You're going to
I love
renounce other
America.
citizenships, or
Honestly,
you're just going to add it to the pile?
I love America, like American dream. Like I live American dream. Like I came, American dream means that if you work hard, if get the skill that is needed, you can get ahead. You don't have to be middle class. Like I came from a middle class family in Iran. It's a country that is going through a lot of troubles. So I mean, Canada, of course, I'm very grateful to Canada gave me a life, but I made my money from US. So it's the stock market, day trading and everything. It's just the American dream is something that I'm very grateful, worked at. Of course, Canada is absolutely my home, but US stock market is just the financial market of the US gave me the life that I wanted. And you get only one life, and it was amazing. I'm very
Your own,
grateful.
your own work gave you that life.
Hmm?
I said your own work gave you that life, but I agree. The U.S. is the best market to trade, and that's where the opportunity exists for all of us who are trading these markets. So
Yeah, and even regular jobs, guys. Like for example, in my country, I know family members that go to school, go to university, do their 4 years, have their degrees, and they're bagging groceries at the grocery shop because they can't find work, right? So work overall here, man, is if you put in the hard work, you can find a job. You can't do that in a lot of countries. You don't have the opportunity. So yeah, it's a lot to be grateful. I mean, it's got its good and its bad.
It's
Like
getting harder.
it's getting harder, but
Yeah, it's getting
still
harder, but it
not
still
worse.
is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it still is like it's a very, very amazing environment. It's a very permissive environment. There's so much capital. The economy is so huge. Like whenever I drive from Vancouver to Seattle, like as soon as you cross the border, you see the scale, it goes higher. Like it's just from Seattle airport, Vancouver airport is just like even the parking like it's different. Like it's a big economy, and I love America really. Um, um, just day trading is financial market. The financial market, financial services is a big thing. People don't see it, but the financial market is a very big thing for the world. Like the US is providing such a huge capital and financial services to the world. It's just amazing. It's not only oil that you burn, it's the financial market is also a very important thing that US is providing. All right, so who else is coming? Thor is coming. Is this week Thor is trading?
I think so.
He is
Sure, but
he's taking this week off, I believe, at least for a couple days for YouTube, is what he mentioned to me.
So Nathan is coming. Nathan, you are really sound puffy. Or where are you?
What's that?
Uh, you don't sound very clear. Are you
Hold on.
traveling or no? You're in home.
Let me open
Nathan,
this.
make sure your system is not picking up the wrong mic because you usually sound much clearer than that. So just make
Yeah,
sure it's the
How's
right
that?
mic. Yeah,
Is that better?
a little bit.
not
Okay.
not the greatest.
I'm turning on the program for my mic now, and that should clear it up.
Yeah, because
Okay.
the problem is with these webcams, they come with the built-in microphone too. We all have very good, expensive webcam microphones, but if the system recognizes the wrong microphone, it's just you're having a very expensive microphone for nothing.
How's
So
that?
it's
I
very
switched it over. So
yes. Now
There it
that's better.
is. There it is.
yeah,
Now we're
it was still
talking.
stuck on the old mic from being at
Yeah,
Christy's parents' house. So
yeah,
my headphones.
that's nice. So today was a great day for me. It was just two quick scalp, and this week is seems like a very you have
Yeah.
to be patient this week. I mean, not a lot of volatility. Just take two trade. Honestly, I would have gone to bed, back to bed, if I wasn't in the community. But now that we are in the community, we can just answer questions. But you don't need to take a trade, guys. Patience, patience. You don't need to take a trade, and it's okay if you don't show up into the chat room and don't trade. That's okay. Like this week is a week that you don't want to force anything. Hand it over to Brian and Nathan.
Yeah, Nate. We'll catch y'all
How
later.
are you, Brian? How was your
I'm good. How are you?
good? How was your holiday weekend or holiday week? So
Oh, holiday was good. Today's trading action was pretty good. Got a move up on NVIDIA. And then the last trade I did was Tesla. Caught that bottom off 462. So
Nice.
it's been a decent day overall.
Got a trade off of S4 on
Yeah, there's
RTY that I took short, just trying to see if this will work out. So, we shall see.
yeah, there's no question that I mean, being on the West Coast where we're 3 hour, it's 6:30 when the market opens. I mean, it has some advantages and it has some disadvantages. I mean, if you for years, what I had a full-time job, and so it was me. It gave me the opportunity to get up early, get a few trades in, then go down, have some breakfast, and then went to my regular job. So I never had to, um, I never considered myself a full-time trader. Always had that opportunity or um, you know, the option to continue to work and make a living that way. And then trading was just a way to add to my income. So, but now that I don't have a job to get up and go to now, it's kind of a pain getting up at 6 in the morning or 5:30 in the morning when I don't really have to. Be much nicer if I lived. Nathan, you're an hour ahead of us, are you? It's like, isn't it 9 o'clock there now?
Yeah, that's the I think that's the most I would want to go. I don't think I want to try to get up another hour
See,
ahead. But the
even
one
getting up
nice thing
at
is
yeah, go ahead.
6:15, 7 o'clock, generally somewhere around those time frames I get up, just depending. Yeah,
Yeah, I
I
mean,
wouldn't want
even
to live any further west.
yeah, it would even be nice if I just could get up at like 7 o'clock. It just it's it makes a difference. But anyway, it's what it is. Now I've got
Especially
the
this
whole
time
day
of the
ahead of
year
me
when
here.
it's
It's only
still dark outside.
yeah, yeah. It's 8 o'clock, and I got the whole day ahead of me here. So anyway, on that note, I'm going to grab some lunch. And yeah, is it snowy where you are? You got a lot of snow there?
We finally did. Let's see, not last night, but the night before, we finally got some snow. But no, we don't have that much. It's like just kind of
We don't.
barren here. It almost looks like early. It almost looks and feels like early spring. So it's kind of a little depressing. But it's all right. Hopefully, we'll get some soon.
Apparently, Peter, the only way he heats his house is with his computers. So sounds like he's freezing his buns off this morning. It's kind of cold in
Yeah, he
Ottawa.
needs to start. He needs to start mining Bitcoin then. The computer for mining Bitcoin.
Or
And then
maybe he needs to open
put
a
off
data
enough
center.
heat. He could do that. He could do the. He could be
Get a
the
lot of
data center
extra.
for trading
Yeah,
terminal. I
yeah.
like
There you
that.
go. Just get a lot of extra heat. All right, guys. We'll catch y'all later. Have a good one.
Sweet. Hey, YouTube. How are you guys? How is everybody today? Drake, the snow. I don't know. It's just not coming. We get a storm like once every 2 or 3 weeks, and it's not that much. Winter Park was just down the road from me. They got 12 inches from not last night, but the night before, and across through that day. But that's been the most, and that's been really the only storm that's come through and delivered any amount of like powder day type of snow, which is I'm a snow snob. I like powder. I like skiing steep and deep. So I haven't really been able to get out, kind of going crazy, just sitting in the house, not being able to get outside and do much. That's my thing. I love to ski. That's one of the reasons I wanted to day trade for a living, is so that I didn't miss out on any big storms that are coming through. I just go ski when I want. It's funny, the trading part is working out, but the snow coming in for the powder days isn't working out. So that was I didn't expect that to happen. I didn't expect to not have that snow coming in. So let's see. What's going on, Chris? How are you? Is it Lornave? How are you doing? Pretty Bird, how are you doing? Torzaya, we are located right between Winter Park and Grand Lake, Colorado, which is where it's the west entrance for Rocky Mountain National Park. So we're right between Rocky Mountain National Park uh, and Winter Park in a little area called Granby Ranch. I don't know if you guys remember back in the early 2000s with the guy who built the tank and then went and destroyed the town or half the town, but that happened in Granby. That happened in the town that I lived in. You should go look that up. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of a crazy story. There's even a documentary of it on Netflix. And let's see. And James, I ski really anywhere that has powder. I'll go there and ski. But Winter Park is my big place, and then Granby Ranch is the ski resort that we live off of here. So I go here quite a bit. But I love going to Winter Park. Winter Park is my favorite. Yeah, I think we are done with the daily draws. I'm working on some Atlas stuff, and I'm not even getting time to do mentorship anymore. Let's see. Oh yeah, can conquer the market, but not nature. Like that's we just get so much snow up here. You don't expect it like this. It kind of worries you. Oh yeah, the Jane. Love going over to the Jane. That's where I like to get my steep and deep. I got my powder stashes over there at the Jane that I love to go to. Killington, Vermont. Yeah, I've never skied the east. I've heard it gets pretty icy. Let's see. We saw a documentary. It was awesome. Yeah, dude, it was. Yeah, that and the town looks the exact same too. They don't like progress much here. Oh well, the Jane still rocks for bumps. Like that's a great workout. If you want a good leg workout, go ski Mary Jane. Oh, you lived in Boulder? Nice. Yeah, Boulder's beautiful. A ski bum in Mammoth. I have always wanted to go to Mammoth, but I haven't been able to make it over there. But I've always heard great things about Mammoth. I had a buddy that worked there for I think like 1 or 2 seasons, and he says like the snow can just get crazy. They can just snow for like weeks, and it just gets crazy. A Basin, yeah, I haven't been to A Basin in a while. It's been a while since I've been to A Basin. I used to live in Summit County, and I go over to A Basin quite a bit. I haven't been there in a while. Northeast is icy, but great, a party town. Yeah, that's the one thing. Winter Park just doesn't have like a pre-ski, vibe. There's I mean, it's a fun little town to like go and hang out, but it's more quiet than something like Breckenridge or Vail or Aspen. Those towns are like known for some craziness off the slopes too, and they're actually a lot of fun. Winter Park is more low key, not quite as crazy as some of those other ski towns, but we still love it. Ditto, I think they reported like 3 inches from that snow, where Winter Park got 12. So I mean, it was actually nice to ski something other than man-made snow. I went out yesterday to got some runs in, and they also have night ski here too, which is kind of awesome. They had that last night, but I didn't stay. I didn't stay for that. It was all skied off, not many runs open, so there's a lot of people packed all together, and sometimes it's just hard to get around. Yeah, Chris, it's hard to beat some of the Colorado ski towns, man. They're the best. I love it. I'd say my favorite's Winter Park, and then I would say tied for second would be Steamboat and Snowmass, and those are the ones I also love to go to. Steamboat's it's only like an hour and a half or whatever, so if they're getting a bunch of snow or they got more snow than Winter Park, it's not too much longer for me to drive over to Steamboat and go ski there. So it's nice to be there. And then Snowmass is like 3 hours, but we usually try to plan a powder trip to Snowmass, once or twice. I love Snowmass, and Aspen's a pretty awesome town. Yeah, because I hate it when they get overcrowded, especially some of those Vail resorts. I agree, Zeus. Let's start to trade and let's talk about some tickers. So what have you guys been trading? What's been going on today? I'm just kind of watching this RTY trade not do much. Starting to get a little movement for me, but then not really following through all the way. So I'm just going to have to kind of watch this one while it goes on. But destroyed NVIDIA. Let's check out NVIDIA. So, so So did you take it short off of here? Oh, is that monthly R3? Ooh, that was nice. There's a nice short right there in a monthly R3. Higher range, wide pivots. See if another offer into S4 can happen. We could do a little play-by-play. Watch some, maybe even down here at S6 too. Throw an alert in there. Oh, yeah, that would have been a nice short right here. Right off the top of the day. Looks like now we're just getting pinned to VWAP. Not too surprised about that though, especially this time of the day. This is like the worst time to, or at least noon. Noon is when I have my, on Mondays, today is when I have my classes for Atlas here at BBT in the webinar room. And it's like the worst time to kind of watch price action just because they're getting into lunch and really it's a lot of people are just going to lunch and not trading much. And it's hard to get some good price action. And looks like we're getting 10 here to be what. Anything else moving? Let's see if we could find something that's near like a can of play. Let's see, there's Apple, maybe Google. Has anybody been trading Google today? It's actually got VWAP right there. I'll just set an alert right here from Google. It's got VWAP right at S4. Amazon is holding S4. You can look at Amazon too. Let's see, Microsoft, that's not going to be much. Tesla's trying to hold at S4 as well. But looks like we're getting this push here back into range. Let's see. So testing into this gap, this 5-minute gap, we got a 15, no. But that might be, curious what happens here right into this gap. I'm wondering if we get that push back down or if we just get stuck here at VWAP. I think we had that, when was that, Friday? I think Friday we were talking about that. I believe it was the markets or we were looking at something that was just getting stuck right there at VWAP and really couldn't make a decision on either end on what it wanted to do. Let's see, she shorted NVIDIA for the scalp, nice. 305 Buccaneers, some drug keeping up good results. PTR S4 did me good, sweet. Strategy is a grab, okay, no partial indication. Check out NIO, yeah, you have good news, moving flow, moving slow right now. Was it moving pretty quick earlier? Man, I haven't looked at NIO and I don't even know how them. Oh wow, it's not really getting much in terms of trades. Let's go to one level for NIO. See what's going on here. Yeah, this is if you guys want to know, if you're looking at a ticker and bringing it up and you get this barcode look here, this is something you see a lot in the pre-market, and Carlos and Peter will just be like, yuck, stay away from this, guys, don't trade this. You see how clean at least this open was all the way through about this point. Like these are the kind of candles you want to see and trade. And yeah, can't really even get a book on it. Yeah, pretty bearish in through there. Like this is good, clean price action coming through here. But once you start getting these areas and you expand this and you see how this just looks like a barcode all through here, with literally just ticking into the same areas and these algorithms just trading back and forth with each other. This is the stuff that you really want to stay away from, because it's just these algorithms ticking into each other. We've got one selling here. You've got one selling right across that line. You've got one buying right here, one buying right here. And they're literally just trading with each other with no real direction. Got a pretty bearish book through here, but this is just something you would kind of just want to stay away from. You've just got the algorithms. You need cleaner price action, which is what you were getting here. This kind of price action's clean. Not so much of the barcodes, although we do have some levels, but then it looks like people got disinterested in the trading. And now we just have those algorithms just literally ticking back and forth. And it'd be impossible, really difficult just to control like your risk on something like this. Even though we are ticking back into R4, like the expectation to get a strong move and push would just wouldn't be very high. You're talking maybe 10 cents at the most. So your stop's going to have to just be a couple cents in. Let's see. Alert on. Let's check out. Yeah, let me get this out of the way so it's not confusing with the time and sales for RTY. So the reason I brought up Google, and it isn't a call play, but this S4 right here with VWAP, this is pretty good support. The market's wanting to sell off though. Just wanted to press another low of day. Let me see. And then I want to check, is this a 5 and a 15-minute gap? That's already been cleared. Sure, there's no 15, so it doesn't have a ton for it other than it's a swing and it's S4 and it's right there at VWAP, so it's not looking quite as good. Let's see. But Neo, yeah, Neo, I mean, you could even see from the trades that are just coming through that like nothing's really happening. It's just offering to algorithms on both sides. Trades are coming in pretty slow. There's no volatility or really anything in there that looks clean, at least to me. Calls for the week on NIO. Did they have good name, Chase? Brian, yeah. I don't know if that's a bot or whatever, but yeah, it's just throwing in the BBT. Out at VWAP short. Let's see. We get end up going. Does it look like it wanted to break out to that side? But yeah, now it's right back to VWAP. And this is just kind of what I was expecting. I mean, this price action doesn't look like a ton better than what Neo looked like. The low volatility, the volume dropping off, and just that ticking in between each other. We even got quite a bit of buying coming in, even though we were dropping in through there. Got some support coming on underneath. Trying to see how far I can zoom out with just one level. We've got some nice support underneath, but the market's just trying to have it move it down. Man, just not great price action right now. But it would be interesting if it can get up here and retest into S4. Let me see. Let's see if we got any type of gaps. No, just kind of, yeah, not really anything support with any type of gaps or something that I would like to see up there at S4 for rejection. But I just feel like we're just going to get stuck here until some volatility or something. The markets start to break through this low and pick up volume and just really run lower. This could pull this back down. That would be about the only thing you can kind of expect. Let's see, maybe Tesla looks better. Let's see what's going on with Tesla. No, pretty slow price action here as well. But getting some support in here, but we got a clear seller right here over the top. Right off of this swing right there. But we are getting higher highs, higher lows in through this trend line right here. But really just not much in terms of price action. Really any volatility coming in there. Let's see. Homer, is there any reason to trade with Dust Trader, or can I trade everything with TV just as well? What is your strategy? Are you a momentum trader? Are you a range trader, a cam trader? Do you take a lot of reversals? It's kind of depend on that. If you're a momentum and a breakout trader, DOS that's where DAS shines. You know, DAS is the best for that kind of trading and looking, you know, at that kind of price action because it's so fast. I mean, it's just so fast in the way that it works and it responds to those trades coming through. But if you are a range trader like me, then TV is sufficient enough. You know, it's not as clean and fast. It doesn't refresh as fast. The time and sales in TV sucks, but I just trade futures mostly. That's why I just use the time and sales for NinjaTrader. But for range trading and cams, you know, especially for cams, because I use Thor's cams, the only way to really get those is from using TV. And so I think it's perfectly fine. I don't really miss DAS. I miss the time and sales from DAS. I missed how smooth the price action was on it, but honestly, I'm not missing it too much. I do really enjoy, you know, TV. I just wish you could save like a whole, like you can on DAS, you can bring up different layouts that'll pop up on different screens. The one thing I don't like is when you have different windows open in TradingView, you can't save the whole layout to just come up when you select it on all your screens. So if I have a travel setup, I've got to redo that when I get back home, and I got to redo my my office setup. And that's kind of one of the things I wish they did have, and the DAS has. It's really nice. Let's see. I know play right now. It goes give you analysis on PLTR. Let's go. PLTR. PLTR. Okay, coming up to the underside of S3, getting some resistance, and this is something I think we talked about on Friday, was that any underside of the cams, you can get selling. So even though this is why the opening is so important when you're trading cams, and Thor really talks about where it's opening, you know, in terms of kind of where it's at compared to the cam. It's because even on the backside of S3, you know, we love to buy off S3, but buying underneath S3, expecting it to go over and then continue over is difficult because you will get that resistance and that selling on the backside of it as well. And that just really goes with any cam. I think you can see today from, if you're looking at, you know, NQ, that we're really, NQ and ES, we're really struggling to break over and hold over S6 because we can still get that selling. You know, that's why if we're going to take this long off PLTR and try to get that breakthrough high day, it needs to come over and then a weak retest back under to test S3. And then on that next 1 minute high, you start to get that push and that volume coming in, because you can get that resistance just like you would down here at S4 coming into S4 on that side. But it looks like that that cam is responding really well to kind of block what's going on here. Nice little head and shoulders as well. But then on the other side of that, you got VWAP. So this is going to be one of those situations where you're probably going to get pinned here at S3 and VWAP until some volatility comes in. Maybe a big algorithm wants to buy and push this up towards, you know, some orders higher. Let's see. Let's check and see what the book looks like higher. Doesn't look that great. Why isn't that? Let's go. And that's looking pretty bullish through there, just up to this 200. But what's the chance we get to 200 today on PLTR? Let's go 10 levels. Get in a little bit closer. Okay, so showing pretty bullish, but we do have one large order down here to the downside. But, you know, really, I would just imagine until this price action starts to pick up, that volume starts to pick up, we're just going to get pinned between these two algorithms right here and just keep bouncing back and forth until we start to get some movement. I would expect it just to kind of follow the market too. If the market starts to sell off, you get a revision back down in here, maybe to S4. That might be another good long. You get that pullback to S4, playing into VWAP or playing back up to S3. That could be a pretty decent move. You just didn't get really tight stop on that. Let's see. You're learning Thor's system. Awesome, Homer. Well, you have any questions about it? That's the system I train. You know, he is my mentor, was and is, but also one of my best friends. So I know quite a bit about his system, and he is always running things by me, asking me what I think and putting things together. So whatever questions you have, I'm more than happy to answer them. NVIDIA loves some 9 and 20. Also, Chris, watch the 9 EMA on the 5-minute chart. And usually that'll match up and be in and around the 50 SMA EMA for the 1-minute chart. So keep an eye on that as well. So keep an eye on that on like the 5 and 15-minute, because there's algorithms off of there, especially that 5-minute 9 EMA. I've seen tons of those algorithms while watching Atlas and formerly Bookmap and stuff. They're there. You can just tell. And a lot of times you can start to even follow their orders as they're following price. They'll show up on the chart. But yeah, 9 and 20 are great averages to watch. Let's see, NVIDIA is getting boring now. Yeah, I think that's what we're just going to be stuck. If the market can break through these lows of day and pick up volume and we get a nice dropping candle, we could pick up some volatility there. But I think that's really what we would need to happen, is what's going to happen on that test through the low of day. Is it going to pick up volume and then continue to drop and start a stop run? That might start picking up the price action a little bit. But I really think that's what we need to see. And we're getting there on ES. Where are we at on NQ? I'm trying to still hold a little bit higher on NQ, but if ES and SPY can push down through there and we get some volume, then we can start to sell off into some nice areas. Let's see, Toro, which Camarilla levels are the ones used by most traders on TOS? If you're wanting to just look at a few Camarilla levels, especially pay attention to the threes. So R3 and S3. And knowing you buy at S3, you sell at R3. And then work into the fours. And the fours can be either way. Going into a four, it could provide support for your trade. It could be a reversal point. Coming back down and retesting a four. Say you're over the top of R4, come back into R4 and test. That could be support then for that breakout or continuation or an ABCD. But those would be the ones I would just get rid of the sixes and not worry about the sixes for a while. Pay special attention to the threes, and then start to work with the fours and understanding kind of the fours can go either way, but the threes are really just playing one way. Almost one way to two. I mean, unless with NVIDIA, yeah, it's just not getting any, there's no volatility. There's really just not anything moving with it. So it is moving against the market and holding up. So I'm curious when ES or SPY breaks through this low a day, if it can get down here through this low of day into this area, and it starts to pick up volume. So like this kind of volume here, if we start to get this kind of price action on that break through the low a day, that could pick up some volatility for an NVIDIA, but then you would expect it to follow the market and push back down lower. But yeah, I do think just in the meantime, and still until some of that volatility starts to come in from somewhere, it's really just happy just being right around VWAP, because there's a nice algorithm here that it can constantly trade back into. So it's testing outside, not getting anything. It's coming back into VWAP, testing outside, not getting anything, coming back to VWAP. You know, it's just kind of just going back and forth. And really until we start to see that break lower on ES or SPY, I would imagine this just to continue to happen. But if ES breaks lower and picks up volume and starts to run, I would expect NVIDIA to kind of drop back into more of this area down here. And maybe even test this swing low right here. But yeah, until we start getting some movement and lifting and getting volume in one direction, you would have thought this might have continued somewhere. That's pretty good volume going in through here, but we just rejected, came back to VWAP, and now we're just kind of stuck there again. Let's see. Almost want to lose money because it's boring. Well, Chris, just go into sim and just practice on some things. Like just practice on just watching the market, especially one thing, you know, I love to tell my mentees, and I love to tell traders that are using Atlas, is just watching what's going on new highs and lows. And for something moving this slow like NVIDIA is now, I would just pay attention to 5-minute highs and lows. and what's going on. So here we're getting a 5-minute low test into VWAP. I think somebody asked about absorption. And this is what we're going to kind of be looking at when we're looking for absorption. We're looking for this algorithm. You can see how we're ticking into it. We're looking for this algorithm to come back in and show that it's still active, that it's working. And this would be where you'd be talking about absorption. And not quite seeing it yet. We would need like quite a bit bigger bounce than something like this. This just isn't quite big enough for a bounce. We want that tick in right there to where VWAP is at 187.08. We want to see when this ticks into here. Okay, there was some absorption. So we made a nice move. That was a nice jump into a new 1-minute high, but then it got rejected and this bid immediately dropped back down. That's absorption. That's the best way to read it without having something like Atlas or having your time and sales up, is what does the reaction look like as we start to tick into an area? And really specifically, you just need to pay attention to this when it's in your area. I would be more interested in what's going on with the absorption down here to VWAP than I do on that 1-minute high. But that rejection right there, how it ticked into there and then rejected back down, that was absorption from the sell side. And we can kind of see that, how that ticked into there and then immediately dropped back down. Those sellers absorbed that buy order. And then now what happens when we tick into the low? I would expect to see that happen again. We tick into this low and we bounce immediately back up. And you're going to see that ask just lift very quickly. Right back into range through here. And then as we're offering premium and discount, you know, what's going to happen? Does this, when this bid drops and it drops into here, does it continue to drop? Or do we get that pop right back into range? And that will tell you. That's an easy way to watch for absorption without really, you know, having Atlas and just watching the candle. So there's the low. That wasn't great absorption, but it was a little bit. But that's the kind of tick that I would expect, especially just to continue and going back and forth on those lows and highs. It immediately rejects once it ticks into that area. Well, looks like about to get stopped out on RTY. No big deal. So there we go. There's another tick in. But that wasn't quite the same absorption. So we didn't have that absorption there. Wonder if that's because the market's moving back up now. But that wasn't the same kind of absorption. That didn't reject and this bid immediately dropped back down. Which is what we should have. And that wasn't really absorption. That was just kind of lack of buying. That just faded back down. It didn't reject and pop back down. But now it's just struggling a little bit. It looks like it's struggling to even just get buyers to push price higher. But it's holding. It's holding up. It's just not doing much of anything. It looks like it wants to lift. Let's see. Running behind on questions. Chris, you need you some stress? Man, I don't. That's the worst for me. I want everything just to be easy and stress free as possible. Let's see, yapping up a storm. Yeah, you're welcome, Taraz. Is it Torzaya? Am I saying it right? I'm country, so I struggle with things that just aren't common spelling. The cams are the ranges between. With the cams, are the ranges between pivots significant? The range you only really need to pay attention to is if it's a higher range or lower range, and then wide or narrow pivots. And you need to pay attention to that because that's going to determine which plays are in play for that day and which specific cams do you need to mark your alerts for and watch out for. So specifically for the ranges in between cams, you would expect a lot of chop. You know, on a day like today where there's not a lot of volatility and direction, you would expect a lot of chop in between those. But really, you just need to know, is it a higher range day or lower range? So is it higher than the previous day or is it lower than the previous days? And then are those pivots wide? So we're expecting price action to stay within, you know, R3 to S3? Or is it a narrow day where we're expecting some sort of expansion out of the range from yesterday? You know, those are really the rules and what you need to pay attention to just when you're talking about ranges within cams, but they are great areas just to get stuck into. Just kind of like NVIDIA is getting stuck in there, S6 and S4. It's a great area just to get stuck. And it's kind of what Thor will say a lot, this is no man's land. You're not wanting to take a trade in between these areas. You're waiting for one area to be tested and support that direction for that trade. Let's see. Pivots get tighter and tighter over the days. You can expect a big play. Yeah, Chris, exactly. You can start to expect that breakout. And that's why watching the fours are great when you get that tight price action, like we've been getting, and it's just staying in one area. You can almost sometimes kind of feel it building up to a breakout and expansion. And that's when that day you get that opening up above R4 and you come down and test R4, that cam activates, and then price just starts to run. Like those are the days you're waiting for when you're getting that compression and not a lot of movement. You're like, man, this really feels like it's building up to just pop and go. And that's the day, you're opening, you gap up, you're opening above R4, and you really want to pay attention to try to get that R4 trade, because that could likely be the bottom of the day, and then it could run out the ATR, and you could get a monster trade on those kind of days. And the same way with the down. So it gaps down under S4, it comes back in and tests S4, and then it just starts to sell and liquidate those buyers that have been in there for the last week. You can get that big run to the downside. Let's see. Alex, do I find that futures and the indexes respond to the cams more than equities? I do. I do feel that they are more consistent in responding. It's a bigger market, more algorithms are trading there, so there's less retail traders to kind of fight against those algorithms in the direction that it's wanting to go or looking like it wants to go. And yeah, they just respond so much better. And those cams just seem to be a lot more aggressive than they do on stocks. To me, it's just a lot easier to see when they're activating and then what's going on with price action after that. Where with stocks, it can activate and look like it's going and be pushing, but then, say you're trading Apple and you went short at R3, and man, that trade's really going well, but NVIDIA starts to get some volatility or some AI news or something comes out and this thing starts to run and just go, pulls that Apple trade up with you. It's hard to get a feeling of like that personality, for that ticker. You've got to, have your head on a swivel, and you've got to watch the rest of, the market. You've got to watch the other, Mag 7 stocks and make sure that, they're all going within the direction that you're looking for your trade to go, or they're just chopping around and they're not really pushing against you. Where when you're trading just the indices and the futures, you just have to watch those. And it's really easy just to watch, a few of those and get used to their personality and how they like to trade. Let's see. Think of like a rubber band being pulled tighter and tighter and tighter. It's just like, you're just like, man, that thing's gonna snap, or that thing's just gonna go. Like you just can like feel it sometimes. Let's see. What is my win rate and RR? Pretty Bird, my win rate stays around 45 to 55%. And my average is about 2.5 to 3R is usually what it stays at. So that's just generally like where I'm stuck, which isn't bad. I mean, it works out well for me, but that's been about where I've been for the last probably since July or August or so. It's been just consistently that same. And it just doesn't seem to change like a whole lot. It just like stays like right there, which is good. And TV, am I able to set alerts for candidate plays, or do I just keep going through the list and looking for it? You can set up the list. So if you go into your, let's look at this. No, I didn't want that. This one, this one. So if you go into your watch list here, so you can see how my futures watch list. If you go into here and you go add alert on list, and then in this area, you can do the condition. And then if you have the Camaria pivot plays indicator on that chart, you can select it here. And then you want to go and do any alert function call. Select that, and then you hit create, and that will set up the alerts for any cam pivot play that shows up on your watch list. So that's the easy way to do it. And the one thing I do love about TradingView is it will send alerts to the app on my phone, and I can get it on my watch when I'm wearing my watch. So if I'm out around the house doing something else, I'll just wait for that alert to come in. But I will trade, you know, like I did today on RTY or M2K for the micro. You know, this wasn't a called play. This S4 short wasn't a called play, but it did have some other things that I was seeing in there. And so I just did go ahead and take the short, and I got a pretty good entry. But I will go in and actually set my alerts with the cams that line up with higher time frame, large swing areas, and fair value gaps or imbalance gaps. And I'll just set my alerts myself on those, but then the alerts, you know, still come to my phone and come to me. But if you're just looking for the cam plays that are being called, the ones that are most likely to work, then, you know, you can get those alerts on your phone and on your watch, which is pretty nice. But that's how you go in and set those up. Let's see, Peter, can I elaborate on my thought process on Camarias when tickers are trending? I often see cams, both R's and S's, that are far away from price. What do I think then? So can you elaborate on your thought process when tickers are trending? When tickers are trending, that's where you want. So trying to think, is anything, go to a daily. Let's look at some stuff. So there's a nice trend, but let me find a stock that has a good daily trend. Well, other things just kind of stuck in a range. This looks like, Google looks like it may be starting to gain a new trend. Meta, Microsoft, everything's just really stuck at this bottom. There's NVDA. So we'll just stay with NVIDIA since we've been looking at that. So after the break and hold over this high right here, that close right there from last week on the 23rd would give me a new bias on NVIDIA. Until this would have happened, I would have been pretty bearish. But so let's look at NVIDIA as a continuation play for a trend. So we're looking at the daily chart. And what we want to do is you want to identify areas here where there's an absolutely fantastic RVR to get the trade for this to continue up. So you have several gaps through here that need to be rebalanced. And the likelihood of these being rebalanced into here is very high. So for this continuation and getting into this trend right here off the bottom, kind of where we're bouncing up, this area right here, I would be targeting. This 182.36, I would set an alert right there at that area. And I would be thrilled when price drops back down into this area. And what do we do then to look for that trend play? What I do is I match that area that we saw on the daily. So it was 182.40. Now I go to the 4-hour and I'm looking for the same kind of support in and around this area. And we have a nice big 4-hour imbalance gap right here. From the top of this candle to the bottom of this outside candle, this is a nice area to play, and it's actually holding really well too. But down here around 182.40, well, we still have this swing area and we still have this gap. So this is still looking like a great area. But even really into this area is looking pretty good. Like really playing anything into that gap is looking pretty good. And S6 today would have been the play I would be looking to take. Like if it could get down to this S3 area, like this, or I'm sorry, S6 area, this would be the play that I would be looking to take for today and still getting in on this continuation and this trend run higher. It's in a really, really nice spot. That's in a really, really nice spot. It's right through the middle of this gap. This gap's been holding really well. And then we'll go down to the 30-minute. I'm still looking for the same thing here. I'm still looking for these gaps. And this S6 is right here through this gap. So this to me would have been an area I would have been marking an alert here. And it would have been for playing this overall bullish trend that we're starting to see. That's what I would be looking for the pullback, because if you get this trade off of S6, you're targeting, really for the day, you're targeting the ATR because you're expecting to get the low of day off of this play. And so you're targeting all the way up here to R3, or maybe even all the way up to this high. So you're looking at 186 all the way up to 190, almost 193. That's an amazing trade. But that's what I look for on these pullbacks. I mean, I'm looking for it to pull back well within a range that I would expect to find large buyers in the market, and matching that up with a cam. So now I've got a large buyer in the market, and I've got a Camarilla pivot algorithm that can become really aggressive and really start to push price. And then I'm targeting all the way up here for my trade. You know, I'm expecting this to go at least the full ATR right off the bottom of the day. But that's how I get into trends. I don't want to try to get into the high up here unless it is a really good spot. You know, if we would have gotten down into this gap and this would have held, like say if we would have opened above S3 and came down, like that probably would have been a good spot. But you're still targeting the same areas, and you can get a lot more down here. Even S4 wasn't in a bad spot today, but that broke down. Well, that's fine. You get stopped out here, then you're just going here to look for the trade. And it almost touched it. It almost got in to touch that area, but it's really respecting it very nicely. But I would like to see it come down and test into here, and that could be your low of day for that run up higher. You know, that would be a really strong trade. Let's see. Can I elaborate on my thoughts? Carry tickers and trending. Oh, I just got that one for you, Peter. Does that make sense though, Peter? Why is it hard to read futures on Atlas? It just takes practice. It just takes seat time. I will tell you that futures are not as clean looking as stocks. So if you're trading stocks and not trading futures, you know, I would stick with, if you're wanting to get an idea of how to read, you know, SPY and ES, I would do Apple and something like Google, Amazon. And if you're wanting to learn to read the Qs and NQ, I would look at NVDA and Tesla. Those two are more like NQ than like Apple or Amazon or Google are. Those are the two you would want to watch just to get an idea of how fast things move, and the sweeping of areas, and kind of how the liquidation and everything starts to come in. And then Apple is, you know, perfect for ES and SPY. And once you start to get those down and seeing those a little bit, it'll be a lot easier to see futures. The biggest thing with futures, and the problem are these bracketing algorithms. So you could see how this liquidity keeps getting pulled up and down, up and down, up and down, all this. These are algorithms that are just bracketing price and just moving up and down with price. They don't ever really get filled. You know, this liquidity hardly ever stays in the same place. It just moves up and down. And you just have to look past those. You just have to start just not looking at those bracketing algos and just getting used to that, and just looking at the liquidity that's staying on the book, and just you know, just take seat time just to kind of look past these. But once you start to understand, you know, these bracketing algos don't really mean anything. It's the liquidity that continues to stay on the book and be put on the book that I'm really wanting to pay attention to. Then it becomes a lot easier to read these. And it's just, you know, seat time. But, you know, for RTY, it doesn't really move that fast. Like that one's a pretty good one to watch. Doesn't really move a whole lot. Doesn't really move very fast. ES doesn't really move very fast. You know, it's fine. Let's bring up ES. So, nope. Do backslash. Go do 25. Yeah, 25 is fine. We'll look in close. So it would be more of looking at these large orders here that have stayed on the book and haven't been pulled and moving up with price action. These are the ones you're going to pay attention to. So when you're reading the book and looking at the book, whether it's bullish or bearish, this liquidity that's staying on here through here, this is what you're going to want to look at. And then looking also, how is that being filled in? And we've got some voids here. We're to the top side. We're starting to build a little bit of a top side book to kind of match this downside, but we're filled in quite a bit better there. You know, so looking at stuff like that, but it's just watching these large orders that are staying and just not getting caught up in, you know, the minutia of these bracketing algos just moving in and around price and none of that liquidity spilled. You know, just kind of have to block it out, and not pay much attention to it. But that's just kind of the secret. But if you're wanting to get used to just how they move and how they interact, then those tickers I gave you would be a good starting point to start to get into reading the book and price action on futures. Oh, welcome, Serge, to the Lambos and garbage trucks. Awesome. Let's see. Yes, sir. Yeah, you're welcome, Ditto. Long gold. Thanks. Let's see. Nathan, why do I prefer the futures to the indexes? Well, the cost of entry on futures is just a lot less. The taxes are a lot better, and I just trade them and read them a lot better than I do, you know, equities or, you know, SPY or QQQ. That it just became a preference because when I was trading stocks, I just kind of got a little aggravated and just fed up with getting my trade on one stock or one equity. But then, you know, it's like I said, something like NVIDIA or Tesla starts to break out, starts to run, get some news, pulls the whole market up with it, and then my trade as well. And so I was just like, okay, I've got to watch everything. I've got to, you know, do so much extra just to kind of trade equities and making sure, you know, everything's kosher. But what I really need to do is I need to just start learning to read the market so I can recognize things a lot faster when they're happening. So that's what initially got me to switch over to futures full time, was just because I wanted to take time to read the market and what was going on overall with the market. And so I went to futures, and I don't think I want to go back now to equities and stocks. I've gotten so good at reading, you know, the personality of ES and NQ and YM and RTY that those are the ones I really only have to pay attention to. And, you know, day after day, I'm just looking at the same four. And it's just so much easier to just keep track and set alerts for 4 tickers and just watch those and get used to those, rather than then adding something, you know, like the Mag 7, then AMD, and then other things to the watch list, and not getting an opportunity to really, you know, connect with the price action that's going on in a specific future. So I don't know. I don't know if I'll go back to equities. I may, but I'm really enjoying just kind of the futures trading life at the moment. So it's probably where I'm going to stick for a little while. Let's see, Homer, can I please have a look at MSTR trying to short from R3 to S3? Let's see. What is so the first thing I would look at and pay attention to is, you said you were wanting to go long, trying to short from S3 to S3, R3 to S3. Oh, you took the short from R3 to S3. Oh, nice. I mean, I don't see any reason why it won't hit, at least tag into S3. Let me clean some of this up. This book, I would say it almost looks balanced. I mean, we have these large orders right here. There are some large orders close to price action. I would pay attention to this order right here, what is that, 57? Is it 57, 157.50? I would pay attention and make sure when price pulls up that this order isn't getting pulled to lead price higher. This is the one thing I would watch. And it's right here in a nice, like, kind of swing area that we rejected and pushed back down, try to make a lower low. But I would watch this order and pay close attention to it and make sure when we're lifting up into it, it's not being pulled and lifted higher, and then liquidity is being added higher. You can start to fade into that really bullish book. That would just be the only concern. I'd like to see this order come along a little bit better, but you can see this ladder is looking really nice. This needs to fill in a little bit better through here, but the ladder all the way down to, what is that, 151? Is that what that is? I think it looks like 151. The ladder all the way down to 151 looks pretty good. Where's that? All the way down here towards S6. Hi, sugar. Are you supposed to be up here? You give me kisses? You're not supposed to be up here. So this is my trading buddy. This is Sugar. She's a daddy's girl. Mommy leaves for work and she comes up here and sits on my lap. I know. But yeah, I just pay attention to this order and watching the volume as it starts to lift. But yeah, I mean, 156, 155 is looking pretty good. That's a pretty good ladder down into that area. So, it's looking good. I definitely think you're going to get that test into at least S3. And then you are worried on a higher range wide day when you test and tick into S3, you are going to be wanting to watch those 1 minute highs, and you don't want to see those become aggressive. So that makes those 1 minute highs, it extends, those candles get big, that volume comes in, it starts to even retest back into that area, and another 1 minute high, it extends again. That could be the indication that that S3 algorithm is active and it's going to push against you. So that would be really the only other thing that I would be looking for. But yeah, that'll be a nice trade. I just wouldn't see why it wouldn't at least test here. It's far enough away from VWAP. There's really nowhere else for it to go. This is kind of no man's land at the moment, and it's not really getting any type of cam reaction or anything going off there. So, but yeah, I think you get a test down here, and then just watch those 1 minute highs and make sure they're not getting aggressive and volume coming in and pushing really aggressively. Let's see. So SPY and Qs, more volatile and influenced by the equities and the futures. They're the same thing. I mean, they trade, if you look at them candle for candle, they move the exact same way. I'm sure there are algorithms that balance each side with what's going on in the Qs and what's going on with the SPY. And then most of the volume from the SPY and ES come in from options activity anyway. So you're kind of just getting that all together with that options activity through SPX. No experience trading futures. Should I start reading and taking exposure in futures? It's the same. I mean, if you have a good strategy that is working, then it should still work well for the futures. And just like I said, if you're used to reading equities and you want to start progressing over to futures, start with just looking at Apple and how Apple moves and kind of how slow everything is, how it responds to CAM. It's going to be very similar to SPY and ES. Tesla, NVDA are going to be very similar to the Qs and NQ, and just watching those and seeing how the personality of them is different will get you more prepared for the personality with those futures tickers. And I think that's a great way. I think that's a great way to start out and to do it. But looks like, guys, we are out of time. Hopefully you enjoyed this one. I always enjoy being here with you guys. And I'll be back tomorrow and get some tickers ready for me. And hopefully we'll get some live price action and something a little more volatile that we can start to go over. I just wish we would have something more like some absorption or something really going on, and finding a cam to activate. Maybe we'll go cam hunting. We'll go algo hunting tomorrow and see if we can find some algos around some of these Cambria pivots, so you guys can see what I'm talking about when those things start to activate. Well, awesome, guys. I appreciate it. Have a good one, and I'll see you back here tomorrow.